There's a time for us, I know we could have it all. If you stay for a while, I will show you I can make the call. I know we could have it all.
Well, happy Friday, everyone.
Hello.
How y'all doing? Let's say hi real quick to everybody. And everyone, give people time to come in. We have a fun Friday night.
So Ryan claims.
Hey, Eve and Robin, as usual, thank you guys so much for modding for us tonight.
Thank
Christine Malone, Rita Ledford. Let's go down the list. We've got Twister. Good to see you, buddy. You name the next one. Who's that?
Shani Jones.
Hey, Shani.
What?
You need to be
You're
more
laughing?
exuberant.
Little Dev. Detective Mom.
I want more energy behind it.
Rebecca Swindell.
Hey, Rebecca. Good to see you. Kat H.
Is that good?
Rebecca Wagner. Yes. Hey, everyone.
Cool.
Rita Ledford. Steel and Tree. Sue
Angel
Letton.
Wings.
Angel Wings. Good to see you. Kat H. Marianne Carpenter.
Janet Sarlo.
Mary Stevens.
Rita. Oh, we already did that one. Karen Angela.
Hey, Lulu. Good to see you.
Keep It Real.
Nana for Life. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for coming in tonight. We're definitely going to be getting to this isn't the Hunter interview, and that's why I found it interesting. Someone sent me this link, which is Chris McDonough's follow-up, and it was him and was it his wife? Karen, both with the Cold Case Foundation, and they did a follow-up where they gave more background on the interview. Mm-hmm. And we watched the interview a million times.
Yes.
This was...
I haven't seen this, though.
We neither of us. So somebody sent me a link to this one, which is like him and Karen talking about the interview, and they gave some background info. They talked about how they actually got the interview, and a lot more.
Is Karen his wife?
I think so.
Does anybody know?
I hope you guys know. Yeah, Chris McDonough is great. I enjoy hearing his thoughts. I enjoy how he interviewed too.
Oh, I liked his interviews, especially. Yep. I watched the one where Candace showed him around her place.
That one
many times.
Watched that a lot too.
Many times. Yep. That was amazing that he got that interview.
That was amazing. Real quick before we get to that too, first I want to thank all of our members. I won't take the time tonight to name you all, but I just want to tell you how much we appreciate the monthly support you guys are giving us. It's getting hard, and you'll see at the beginning of every video, I've just got to start saying it. It's getting hard for us. We have 2 girls in college now. This weekend I went out, and we're going out a couple more days. The gas is expensive. The gear, I have to replace batteries all the time, and the gear everything's expensive. When you go out there, sometimes I just wish we could sit at the computer and actually just do videos, but that's not what we do. So It's
No.
getting difficult. For us to keep doing this, we need members.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just the times.
it-
Everything's expensive.
and don't feel like you have to.
No.
There's memberships. There is the links in our description, obviously, if you ever want to help out with a donation or anything, any size. The most important thing you guys can do that doesn't take money is just, if this is the first time you're here, subscribe. Please subscribe. We get a lot of people just watching videos and they forget to subscribe, so please subscribe.
Right.
Liking helps a lot too, because that spreads it in the algorithm. And of course, sharing our videos is really helpful. That's the most important thing. Honestly, the ads cover between 50 to 75% of our expenses, depending on what we do and how much we're doing, usually 50. So we're doing it out of pocket. We'll do it as long as we can.
Yes.
It's just getting hard. So any
No,
help,
the money
appreciated.
isn't the money isn't the goal. We just want to do what we can, like as much as we can.
As much as we can. And I don't want to have to scale things back either. So.
Right.
So thank you for that, all the members. Appreciate you. I did want to cover first there's a if you haven't heard, we're in Tennessee, so we heard this news immediately. This is going national. There was a Tennessee munitions plant that exploded this morning. And I'm gonna, if you guys haven't heard about this plant explosion, it's a little scary for us because we live in a town or near a town that is a chemical plant, and we're always thinking about that scenario where what community will go through if a facility like that has this kind of accident. And the munitions plant is even worse. There is one in Kingsport too, actually.
I can't imagine. That must be horrible.
The news on the AP, I'll share with you guys a little bit. The blast leveled an explosives plant Friday, today. In rural Tennessee. It was in a town called, it's a strange name. We'll get to it. It left behind a mass of twisted metal, burnt out shells of cars, and at least 19 people missing. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing.
Yay.
19 people missing, feared unalived. There's nothing to describe. It's gone. The poor sheriff, Chris Davis, he's going through a lot right now.
I'm sure.
He said it's completely flattened. Yeah, I agree. I saw some of the pictures too. Me too, Nana. Oh my gosh. When I heard this news, I'm like, I can't even imagine a scenario where an ammunitions plant has an explosion. It's like 10 times worse.
Crazy.
He said it was one of the worst scenes he's ever seen, and especially gut-wrenching because he knows 3 of the families connected to the accident. It was 7:45 this morning. The families of the missing are waiting in the parking lot in one of the nearby, and they're just waiting for news on their loved ones. It's really sad.
Can't believe that.
Davis said investigators are trying to determine what happened and couldn't say the cause of the explosion. They haven't ruled out criminal activity. He didn't say it is, didn't say it isn't. It's something they have to rule out, and they're still in the really early phases of the investigation from what it sounds like. So they don't know. Yeah. I suspect an accident because
I hope it was an accident.
These things do happen.
I mean, the alternative is
Buck snort. Thank you.
Way too scary.
Yeah, I mean, if it was some kind of an intentional thing, that is scary. And ammunition plants, military places like that are often seen as a target, so that would be scary.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know much about that.
Yep. Oh. Any further? He can't really share a whole lot further. Like, there's not a whole lot to be known, except there's 19 missing.
Well, he has to keep in mind there are families that don't know everything, so he can't go,
that too.
Can't go above their heads.
There was one thing. Yeah, so when the explosion occurred, residents of Loboville, a 20-minute drive from the scene, said they felt their home shake.
Oh my gosh.
20-minute drive.
Wow.
I can't even imagine. That's a huge explosion.
That's
on their home. And said we live probably 15 miles as the crow flies, and we absolutely heard it at the house. It sounded like something going through the roof of our house.
Wow.
So yeah, it was.
I can imagine it was ammunition, right? That just went off. I mean,
which you just imagine.
It's a huge explosion.
Yeah. What's crazy is in 2014, this same site had an accident as well. So brings into question, safety precautions and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But we'll let law enforcement do their thing. Hey, my wrench, good to see you. I did want to take a moment. I had a video of the of what's his name again? Sheriff Chris Davis. I think it's 12 minutes. I don't want to take that long on this piece, but I did want to pause to say a prayer for the families of this incident. I don't like public praying, you guys. Like, it's not something I do publicly. We do it privately. I write it out if I'm going to say one. So if you guys just bear with me, I would like to say a quick prayer for the families. I hope it's not too long. I am very verbose. I
Yes.
apologize. But it was important. This is really important. This is local, and a lot of people, 19 people, families still don't know what the situation is. So just bear with me. Dear Lord, it isn't always easy for us to understand your divine plan or how the tribulations of our world also play a part in it, but we find peace in the words you provided to us in times like these. John chapter 14, verses 1 through 3 reads, "Do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you with me, that you also be where I am." Dear Lord, we pray that the families of the 19 victims of this terrible event find some degree of solace and peace in knowing, if the news comes that their loved ones have been taken off this earth, that Jesus has followed through with his promise to bring their loved one to the place he prepared for them. It's never easy losing someone you love. It leaves a gaping hole in your heart that takes years to heal. And even then, it's never truly gone. But with our faith in you, Lord, that hole refills with warm memories of love, of the good times, of the precious moments spent here on earth. And we know that one day, in your divine timing, you will also call us home and we will see our loved ones again. Lord, please give Sheriff Chris Davis the strength of spirit and mind to carry through this difficult time for his community. Give him the courage and the wisdom to console the families of the lost and protect him from the psychological trauma that witnessing and dealing with such a horrific event inevitably can cause. Lord, please give every agency active on the ground in investigating this event everything they need to find the cause and bring this tragedy to resolution. Bring justice if that's required, and if not, simply pour your healing and your love over this community as they go through this difficult time. In Jesus' name, we pray. Amen. It was long, wasn't it?
Yes.
I apologize. Thank you guys for bearing with me.
But it was very, very, very heartfelt.
Thank you.
Very good.
So switching gears now, let's get into the interview. This is kind of, thank you guys. Appreciate you.
Verbose, but very well spoken.
I just, yeah. Thank you guys. It's important. It's important to pray for your neighbors. When they go through difficult times, that's the most important, to pray for other people. In my opinion, those are the most powerful prayers when you're not praying for yourself and you're praying for others. So keep them in your minds and hearts tonight, and let us get started. This is probably going to be more of a never long enough. Thank you. This is probably going to be more of a reaction video than us talking through this, because we don't know what he's going to say.
So you haven't watched this?
I've not watched this.
Okay, so I'm not the only one going in blind.
You're welcome, Sally. No, we're both going blind. This is a reaction video, you guys. So we're going to go through it. I'm going to try to let it play as long as I can. When he says something, though, we're going to be responding and pausing, so just bear with us. That's how a reaction video works.
Right.
We're going to be pausing
and I'll try not to, but I might interrupt.
Jen will be reacting too, so don't get mad at her for interrupting. I have to say that every time because people, for some reason.
No, but you are well spoken, and I kind of blubber.
You know,
blather.
This will be interesting. I started watching the first 5 minutes, and then I'm like, we gotta do this in a live. We gotta cover this in a live, and I wanted you to.
Let's get going then.
Let's cover this.
Let's do it.
Hopefully, you all have seen the original interview. He doesn't do the whole thing. He does he focuses on, I think, the core parts of the interview. See, they love hearing from you too.
You guys are sweet.
Yeah, well, you know what, Janet? We'll get to that, and I'm curious if you'll feel the same as we go through this. Sorry. If you'll feel the same, because I don't know if I agree with Chris. I kind of do, and we'll get to that. And I don't want to say now because I want to, as we talk through it, I've had a feeling about Hunter. I don't know if this will change my mind. I will just say it. I feel like Hunter has knowledge.
I think so too.
That could help law enforcement. I really do. I don't think it's like he knows. I don't think he actually knows something specific or damning, or you know what I mean? I think he knows things, red flags.
Yeah. He was so young when that happened, you know, and it must have been a very confusing time for him.
And I think that the red flags, he may not even realize that he has important information.
Right.
I think he knows critical stuff that he probably didn't even tell law enforcement. The details,
He
little details.
Maybe he didn't realize they were important.
I would think, even through the years, though, I would think he'd be like, oh, maybe that was important. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what you guys think. I want your opinions, too. Feel free to jump in. I'll put your comments up. We'll discuss this tonight. It's going to be interesting, I think.
Let's do it.
All right. Let me know if the sound isn't working. I can fix that, too. Should be fine, though. I'll leave it there.
No, you don't have to.
That's your reaction to it.
Oh, he was a police officer.
Thank you, Robin. Yes.
He was? Okay. That changes.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the interview room. We'll give it a couple of minutes, let folks get in here.
Early.
Today was an amazing day for you.
If you guys don't mind, I might actually jump ahead to where they start covering the interview just to save time. I'll answer a couple questions too. My Ranch asks, do you know if Andy's job was in the area that they were? So Andy's job was Hayworth Tire, which is when you go from Kingsport to Rogersville. What's the route? It's not the Lone Star Way. It's the northern. Somebody from Kingsport, please help me out. The route that goes from Kingsport to Rogersville to Churchill, basically. I forgot the name of that road, but that's where Hayworth Tire is. When they were Summer and Candace and Hunter, when they were driving around, thank you, Route 11. Okay. They were going on the southern route, the bottom in the south, the southern route, Lone Star Road, I think it is, or goes to Lone Star. That's the way they went. Yeah, Bulls Gap. Thank you. You locals are awesome.
We don't even need to talk about it. They already know.
We have so many locals in the audience. Thank you. So they went. It wasn't where Andy worked. Sullivan Gardens Parkway. Thank you, Nana. I knew you'd know. So yeah, the route Stone Drive goes to Sullivan. You take Sullivan Gardens, and then that goes all the way to Lone Star, and then you take Lone Star, and that goes back to Ben Hill. It was on the southern side of the mountain, in the middle of where Andy worked, Hayworth Tire, and that road, Sullivan Gardens, is basically Bays Mountain. So you have a huge mountain range in the middle. Okay. Nowhere near where he worked.
Alrighty then. And they did say she is his wife.
I'm on it.
Right.
Oh, good. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I was really curious. So let me go ahead to where they start talking about the interview.
Yeah, because this looks like a long.
Yeah, they do a little bit of an intro here. All
right. No, Dawn called Candace. And so that's setting it up for the next piece of this puzzle, where Hunter is now going to finish explaining the totality of that piece of the puzzle here. So here we go.
Hey, birdies.
Their grandma done bought it for her in the store.
Okay, so from there, now you have this, they come back to the car. Where's the milk come in?
The milk. Oh, when they had to put everything in the bed of the truck. You know, like the back of the truck.
Mhm.
I call it a truck bed because it is a truck bed.
Okay. But there's a picture of Summer leaning against the milk bottles.
Yeah, they put them there. Well, I think I put them there in the middle because there's no room on the other side of me.
Okay.
Sorry. First thing he said, he put them in the middle. He put the milk jugs in the middle,
Yeah.
he said.
Yeah. Oh,
Do you remember the picture?
yeah.
Where were they?
On the side by the door.
So pay attention.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I when I was watching this, I'm like, I didn't even pick them up when I first
Well,
watched the interview.
I'm looking at Hunter's mannerisms. He's using a fidget. And the way that he's speaking makes me think, did they say anything about him having autism or anything like that?
Nobody shared. I don't think so. I don't know. If he
I don't know,
does.
just his mannerisms.
A lot of kids his age though used.
use those fidget.
Oh, that was
does
really
fidget-
popular for a while. Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but just at this point. Okay.
it's interesting.
See, you guys, I say weird
I didn't even.
stuff.
It was interesting though. I didn't notice that when I first watched the interview that he was using a fidget thing. But yeah, in the middle first, I guess. Right.
Interesting.
Yeah. So Hunter was, I guess, in the control of the milk, and he put it in the middle initially. And Chris picked up on it.
Yeah.
I realized that in the
He's a
interview,
smart guy,
he
I
picked
think.
up.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I put them there because she was sitting by the window, and then
Was she sleeping?
no, she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like she's against the door though, in that picture.
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one with the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left.
Okay.
That dog in the background is barking at other dog. See where Allie's fingers are? You see that other dog? They had this little.
So as he's talking about the dogs, I think it was Angel Wing. Somebody made a really good point, and I think it's true. Yes. Yeah. And that's what he said. So Hunter was like, I don't even know when the picture was taken or why it was like that in the picture. So it sounds like, yeah, Candace must have moved them after dropping Hunter off, apparently. That's a logical assumption, I guess.
Yapper, and you can hear him in the background. But this is exactly.
So Little Dev said in the interview he said he has ADHD.
Okay.
So he does.
So yeah, I thought there was something like that.
So she stated the milk was in the position that it was in the photo. Allie said, she clarifies though, it's strange because she's like, the milk jugs were there, but she didn't. Then later she I think she clarifies a little bit. Her comment was really confusing.
Where we left off with Allie saying, Summer's in the car right out front.
Well, she also said, I mean, I think she said that just to cover her butt because she wanted to make sure that you knew that Summer was alive.
Okay, I can rewind. So Allie said specifically.
No, she wasn't even sleeping at the time.
Okay.
I just set them in the middle because if they were to fall and spill, it would be on me, and I don't feel like cleaning up no truck mess.
Okay. It looks like she's against the door though, in that picture.
I wasn't there when that picture was took.
Oh, okay. When did they take that picture? Do you know?
I have no
I
idea.
believe the one with the milk jugs was sitting right here in front of my house because that's exactly how that baby was before they left.
Okay.
I'm confused. That's
So she
two
said
different.
the milk jugs were sitting right there in front of my house because that's where Summer was, and that's all she said.
I thought she's saying that the picture was taken there.
She said the milk jugs were right there, which
Oh, okay.
I guess implies she saw the.
Where he said they were.
Okay, so Angel Wing said Allie admitted to lying and never went to the car.
Okay.
So-
Well, that's
I
interesting.
don't think she knew where the milk jugs were.
Do you think she was trying to have some control over this interview?
Karen said she's trying to cover her ass. I don't know where that
Her
came from.
ass?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's interesting. Karen thinks she's
Hmm.
covering something.
Well, weren't she and Candace like kind of in a fight?
They were best friends. Well, they were friends, and then yes, they were in a fight at some point.
Yeah.
So, but then she let Hunter hang out with them.
Oh, okay.
That dog in the background
Oh, that's
is
cool.
barking at other dog. See where Allie's fingers are? You see that other dog? They had this little yapper, and you can hear him in the background. But this is exactly where we left off with Allie saying,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Blueberry.
Summer's in the car right out front.
Well, she also said, I mean, I think she said that just to cover her butt because she wanted to make sure that you knew that Summer was alive when they dropped Hunter off and
Mhm.
Candace left her house.
Right.
According to Allie, that's what she said.
Yeah, no, exactly. And we talked about that at length, remember? About is she got a cover play here or is she selling soggy bread or what the heck is going
Uses
on here
it
with
a
her?
lot.
And by the way, tonight, again, just, just a reference here. We're not focusing on Allie. We're not focusing on Grandis there or Grand Bun. We're ignoring those two. And the reason for that is we want to pay very careful attention to what Hunter is saying and how he's saying it. Okay, guys, just as a reminder.
Well, when you were in the car, where'd they put the milk?
Well, they gave it to me.
They gave it to you.
Not
And-
not to keep, but
No,
to, like,
to put it away.
yeah.
And where did you put it?
You see how naive he is.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
When I said they gave it to you,
He said not to keep.
and he responds, not to keep.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning, he takes everything somewhat of in a literal sense.
I think.
And so
might be
he's
attacking.
he bounces around a lot of times and you have to keep refocusing him. And, when I've spoken to many witnesses like that, sometimes they'll go off into left field and then they'll go into right field. And young men like this at 15 who think they're streetwise, they've played the system, et cetera, up here in their head and they're playing tough guys. You got to roll with it.
Mhm.
Sometimes they're going to tell you the truth. Sometimes they're going to not tell you the truth. They're going to lie. And so it's our responsibility somehow to weed through that, right? It's like sifting. You throw a bunch of rocks in, you sift, and then all of a sudden there's a diamond at the bottom.
I had it sitting on my lap until we got out the car.
Got it. And out here?
Yeah, out here.
Okay.
And
And
she pulled up like your truck now, like where it's at right now.
right.
But the opposite around.
Got it. So it's facing that way.
Yeah.
And you're getting out on this side. And where do you put the milk?
I set them in the middle because Summer had to.
Now, the interesting thing about that is he uses plural. I set them in the middle.
We know there were two.
Well,
And
there's
there
one.
were
One.
there were multiple jugs
Yeah.
of milk. So is that a true statement? I don't know yet. We'll see.
I don't
She even
know.
get out the car, or did I? I thought she got out the car too. I don't remember that.
Okay. At some point, how did the milk bottles get on the other side of her? Do you know?
I have no idea then because she said that she was sleeping on the door. But when I got out the car, she wasn't even at the door. She was in the middle.
Wait, she was in the middle
he
or the
said-
bottles were in the middle?
She said, and I don't know who he's talking about, but he said she was sleeping by the door. But then when he got out, she was in the middle.
But he said that the milk jugs were in the middle.
Right.
So how could they both be
I
in the
have
middle?
no idea. At some point they got moved, and if she was in the middle when he got out, then she got moved when he was there.
Or he's
but-
just saying that and it's not true.
So it's very confusing. He contradicted himself a
Yeah,
couple
he did.
times.
Was she sleeping on you?
Nah,
Was she asleep?
I didn't even see her sleep. I just got out the car because she wanted to talk to her
Okay. Got it.
about that thing for that Friday, the water park.
Got it. But where's Summer?
She was still in the middle. I wasn't really paying attention to her, to be honest.
Okay. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. That's cool.
I wasn't
Really
even paying
weird.
attention at that point. I just wanted to go inside. I just wanted my girl to come over for a bit.
As you can imagine, there
And he
is
comments on that
so
too.
much going on around us.
Yeah.
The dog, the popping, the pizza we just ate, and that's kind of the one of the snacks that came with the pizza that had chocolate on it, and then I'm trying to focus and listening on what Hunter is trying to and wanting to say, but this is chaos.
That
I
behavior,
agree.
Allie's behavior too, not paying attention to what they're or pretending not to pay attention to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Fiddling with the chocolate thing. It strikes me as like I can't put my finger on what that means, but it
Well,
seems intentional.
It's weird because before that, she had a pen. She was doing something.
She was messing with a pen too.
Yeah, or something. And then she threw it down, and then she picked up the chocolate and then acted all weird about the chocolate. I don't know.
She's trying to act
She's got
aloof.
something to do. Something's going on in her brain. I don't know.
To me, it's like almost trying to look aloof.
Yeah.
Like I don't really
maybe.
care about this kind of thing.
She's not very good at it.
It doesn't. It seems like it was contrived. Like she was trying.
Do you
to,
think she's really listening, but trying to pretend she's not
Yes,
listening?
that's what I felt like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. It was weird.
Her mannerism, like, I'm just, me with body language and all that. Her mannerisms, the boy's mannerisms, this grandmother over here is not even looking
Yeah, I know.
at anybody. It looks like Chris is the only one who's really engaged in the whole thing.
Trying to engage.
Right.
Same thing, Robin. Like just trying to listen to this interview again. I'm getting a headache already. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh, you want to join me in a glass of wine, Robin?
So much background noise, and she's fiddling, and he's fiddling. It's like,
Yeah.
what in the
And what's
world?
up with the grandma? She's just off in left field.
Yes, hair curlers. I got that too. Like he just wanted to get the heck out
Yeah, I think you're right.
and into the house. He said it's because he wanted his girlfriend to come or something, but
Oh, I didn't hear that.
he was like didn't want anything
Oh,
to do.
I totally agree.
It's interesting.
No. Or at least he's saying that now because he doesn't want anything to do with what happened.
Could be, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't want to talk about this maybe.
Yep.
That's going on right now. And it really helps to understand that this is the third time Hunter had been interviewed. He'd been interviewed twice by the FBI
Okay.
Yeah.
and now me. I was the third interview. And so he kind of had a little rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Sue.
And,
Maybe Sue.
I picked that up pretty clearly. And his consistency was there at times, but then, I could tell, he's, selling deflated tennis balls. Okay. I mean,
Okay.
it's not my first rodeo.
So I didn't know that. I didn't know that Chris felt that way during. We just saw the interview.
Yeah.
Now he's revealing his feeling during this interview was
Okay.
BS.
Okay.
It was like he's trying to sell
Like-
me BS.
Hunter's telling him. Do you think the mother there is like quietly influencing Hunter to not tell the truth or to just kind of like gloss over things?
By acting aloof.
I don't know. She seems like an
She's not.
imposing figure.
I'm sure she could be. Yeah,
So I wonder, what effect she has on Hunter,
could be.
if any.
He would understand her body language better than anybody. So maybe.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
So I'm not, saying that and I think you guys all understand, I'm not sitting there going, yeah, okay, yeah, keep selling because I'm buying. Okay. There's a lot happening. And anybody that's ever been in this position knows what I'm talking about. When you get to a homicide scene, for an example, there are over 365 decisions they estimate that has to be made within the first 10, 15 minutes of your
Wow.
arrival.
Hmm.
And guess what?
It's interesting.
They all have to be correct. Or a good defense attorney will eat you alive
Oh, yeah.
on the stand. So
Agree.
I have this thought process. I know where I'm headed in the interview, and I'm trying to see if we get a responsive, are we on the same track here?
To me, before he continues, to me, this was fascinating to hear his thinking during the interview.
It is cool.
He's sharing his thinking.
Like,
during
I
the
wouldn't have
interview.
known that.
Nope. It seemed like he was just being super friendly and like buying everything.
Right. But that's a good interview.
Very good interviewer. He in the back of his head, he's like, this is all BS.
I'm curious how many people have seen this, Chris's reaction to this interview.
How many people have actually watched
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
The reaction interview. It was
Yeah.
3 months ago, so I am curious because this is new to us. I'm
Mhm.
curious how many people it's new to you.
Probably they've all watched it.
You probably
Knowing our people.
The whole point.
Is Summer hurt by this point, you think? from the water?
I mean, she could have been. I mean, I wasn't really paying attention to her.
Then what happens when you get out of the car?
When I get out the car.
Distancing himself.
When I get out the car, I go to the front because she had to hand me that other vape that she gave me.
Got it.
And then I showed Mom at that door.
Okay.
And that was it.
Okay. And this is when you saw Summer in the back. How did the milk get rearranged?
I have no idea.
See?
I mean, I could have said I'm there when I got out the car.
That's fine.
But I'm telling you now, I really don't remember anything but talking to her
Got
at
it.
that point.
No problem. What do you think, Miss Allison? How's that milk get rearranged?
I don't know. That milk was there when they pulled up like that.
Okay, but Hunter had the milk in the
There you
middle.
go.
Yeah, in the middle.
And so now the milk's on the other side of Summer. How does that happen?
I don't know.
I don't either. And that's why I'm asking.
I don't even remember how I got out the car. That's the funny part.
That's fine. That's
I
fine.
thought I was totally sitting in the middle the entire time, but I guess not.
Now, did Candace then, let's fast forward.
Mhm.
We'll come back to that later. There's going to be a lot of questions about that, though. I'll give you a heads up, okay? A lot of folks are going to ask about, well, how'd that happen, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you, a heads up on that, okay?
Now, what I wanted to do was shift his thought process. I wanted him to reevaluate if, in fact, that was the truth. Because what I did is I interjected this idea that people are going to question him.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true.
And notice how Allie is now paying attention to me
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
very heavily. She's leaning,
Mhm.
toward, like this inquisitive, what did he mean by that? And
Good
I
expression.
did that on purpose because I wanted to lock him in
Yeah, I agree, Cheryl.
to, well, when you left,
Yeah.
where was Summer? I.e., when you got out of the car.
Right.
And then secondarily, how's the milk get all rearranged? What's going on with that?
Yeah, good question.
And Mom didn't know. She started to interject, and then she
I was
said,
like-
"Oh, well, that's how that baby was." And he's like, "Did I get out of the car? Didn't I get out of the car? Well, I really don't remember."
That's a good point, Beck. If he had more to drink than just one twisted tea, that would explain his lack of memory.
True.
Because he
Very
was,
true. Yeah.
Or
Or if it was more than tea,
it,
twisted tea.
now listening to Chris and watching Allie, the change in her behavior is really interesting at this point.
Mhm.
Because he did say, hey, people are going to be asking about this. She just stops everything she's doing, and now she's like very interested.
Yep.
He-
Before she was kind of acting like she didn't care.
Didn't care, aloof. And now all
Yeah.
of a sudden she cares a lot.
Mhm.
So, and I think it's because Chris also brought out the inconsistencies between what Hunter said about the milk and then what Allie's saying about the milk.
Yeah.
And Hunter's getting confused.
And he doesn't know what to say.
And now he's like, I thought I was in the middle, but I guess not. So it's like
So-
he's getting very confused.
He's kind of relying on his mom in a
Yep.
way, isn't he?
Yep, he is.
Yeah.
Okay, I think he does know.
Yes, that's what he said.
I felt that he knows, and so rather than go down that lane completely yet, I wanted to shift gears.
I'm
Karen,
with you,
what are your
Robin.
thoughts so far?
Well, just back to your earlier point about the noise, the dog yelping, Hunter playing with those pop things in his hand, that whatever that little thing was,
Fidget.
the cigarette smoke, the background noise. I mean, all of it, I guess we wanted you guys to wanted to bring you exactly where we were. Throughout
You know, she's
all the videos we did
He was there.
Was
of
she
our
there?
time in
She was- where was
Rogersville and Kingsport. Certainly when Chris took the video camera and went into the house with Candace, who was kind enough to let Chris come into the home, and Chris goes down into what we do all call the dungeon. You guys, you've come along this whole journey covering this case with us, and these videos, obviously, I mean, the sound is tough. It can drive you crazy listening to it, but
Mhm.
we feel this interview with Hunter was so important that we're all suffering through the background noise and the crazy stuff going on in order
Right.
to get him to talk to Chris.
Yeah, I agree, Beth.
So I just wanted to say that, and thank you guys for hanging through this, because it is important as well.
Yeah, well said. And I also want to, reiterate, Hunter got stuck in the middle of this. Something happened somewhere, either the water hole at the house. Those are the two environments that could only be in play here.
Yep.
Hunter got pulled into this by one person,
Yeah, me too, birdies.
and that is Candace. That's Candace. Miss Robin didn't pull him into it.
Mhm.
Don didn't pull him into it. Now, eventually, he got in the middle of this somehow.
Yeah.
But that's why I think it's important now that he's 19. Those same people are still out there if you know something. And you can become the hero in this whole thing, Hunter. I believe you can step up, say what you really wanted to say in totality. And I think you can help.
Away
I
from
really believe that. And I think
Yeah.
your father
Much.
would be able to
Thank you,
guide you through
Teresa.
it. And I would be willing to sit down with you like I did with your mother. I'd sit down with you and your father if you give me the opportunity. I've listened to some of the things you've said when your dad did talk to you. And I think it's important, though, because I really believe internally you want to help. You want to help Summer. And I believe you wanted to help her that day that we sat on your porch.
He's pleading with Hunter to talk. Like he thinks
Yeah.
he thinks Hunter is consciously aware that he has information.
Right. How old is Hunter at this point now?
19. He's old
So
enough to.
he's of age.
Yeah.
He doesn't need his mommy, his grandma sitting with him on the porch. He can sit by himself. He doesn't need any.
No.
any-
In this
any-
interview, he was like,
No,
I
I
think
know, but I
16.
meant now.
Now
Now he's old enough. He doesn't have to have
Correct.
any
Anybody.
supervision.
No, he can talk.
And now's the time that he would tell the truth.
Yes, but that's where
Possibly.
that's where my thinking parts ways with Chris, because
Mhm.
I don't think Hunter consciously knows that things he witnessed and saw have meaning. Like things that would be red flags to a law enforcement officer. If a law enforcement sat down with Hunter and said, "Tell me every single detail," Hunter may be like, "This happened, this happened, this happened." And
Yeah.
the guy hearing Hunter tell the story would be like, "Oh wait, explain that again?"
Right.
Because we heard something else from Candace, or we heard
Yeah.
something else from, the grandmother. And it's like, I think Hunter knows things but doesn't realize he knows things. That's kind of why I wish he would talk.
But Hunter must have gone over this in his mind for all these years. Who knows if he totally respun this whole story.
You think he could be lying?
He could be lying. Maybe he doesn't it could have gotten so messed up in his mind that he doesn't even know what happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I know he's been interviewed twice with TBI, at least as of this interview. But again, I don't know if he told TBI every little detail that he might have seen or noticed.
Right. And maybe he didn't even know
that it was
something he saw that was important. I mean, he was young.
Yes, exactly.
And
That's
he
my
was
point.
young, and he had some, impairments,
Yep.
and it probably, and if he had been drinking on top of all that,
Oh, exactly. Yes. And I have a feeling he drank more than one.
I would
So
think
it's fascinating
he might not actually remember.
He may not remember.
He might not.
But I think he does enough, because he's got some details in this interview that he gives.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I agree with Chris. I wish he would talk. I don't really 100% agree with Chris that Hunter knows consciously that certain things are important, but he should still share every little detail.
In Tennessee.
Sorry, do you have another point?
No, I was wondering if you knew what's going on in Hunter's life right now.
I do. Whatever somebody earlier said, he thinks he's a gangster. He was part of like some local things. I don't know if it was hardcore, you know,
So kind of going
drug
on
rings,
on
but
the wrong path.
a little bit on the wrong path at the time, but he
Yeah.
may have brought his life back. I'm not sure. Maybe a
Okay.
dad now. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
I haven't heard much about Hunter in recently.
No.
Now, whether that can happen or not, that's completely up to you. You're 19 years old. You can make your own decisions.
So I was saying.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
that is up to you. It's up to nobody else. Not up to private investigators. It's not up to YouTubers. Nobody controls the narrative but you.
I agree, Cheryl. He never said she would.
And I would just ask you that you would, again, trust me to give you a fair shake. I'll go on the record to believe that you pulled her out of the water. And if that's what
He
happened,
says that later.
which you say it happened, I have no other reason but to believe you at this point.
I wonder why
None.
he's going on
In
Hunter so hard right now.
He wants it's
like
well.
he
what-
obviously really wants to talk to Hunter.
He
He
wants-
must think Hunter knows something.
he wants to talk to Hunter again.
That's
want-
interesting.
He's made it very clear just now. He definitely wants another interview.
Yeah, and that makes me think there's something there.
Which I would kill to talk to Hunter, but I would prefer Chris interview Hunter.
Right. Would you ever talk to Chris?
Why not? Yeah. Heck yeah.
Would you? Have you asked him?
No, never really reached out.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be cool to talk to Chris. I hope Hunter does reach out and let him do another interview. That would be fascinating.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe that, back at the house, things got scandalous and you got pulled into it, and that Candace came over to your house, just like you report, and tried to convince you to go otherwise, to go another place.
I agree, April.
But when the FBI came knocking at your door, you realized, as did your mother and your grandmother, they realized, no, this is big time.
Hmm.
And they not only knocked once, but remember you told me they knocked twice. And so you'd given 2 interviews already previously to that.
Hmm.
Those interviews are still on record in the law enforcement circles because some are still missing 4 years later.
Thank you, Vicky.
So if you have additional information, we can talk about it.
Just so you know. Okay.
Got you.
Now, straight up though.
Now, see, when I said that about the milk, listen to how he responds.
Yeah, that's true, Dana.
When I said, hey, just to give you a heads up, listen very carefully because very quietly he says, exactly.
Now, did Candace then, let's fast forward.
Mhm.
We'll come back to that later. There's going to be a lot of questions about that, though. I'll give you a heads up, okay? A lot of folks are going to ask about, well, how'd that happen, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you, a heads up on that, okay? Just so you know, okay?
Got you.
Now,
Right there, did you hear it?
He said.
Yeah, he says, I got you.
Yeah.
folks are going to ask about, well, how'd that happen, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm just giving you, a heads up on that, okay? Just so you know, okay?
Got you.
Now, straight up though, from there now, you're here.
Mhm.
When's the next time Candace contacts you?
Around 7:30 that day.
That night. And where were you at that time?
I was over at the park in Bristol with my girl.
Hanging out with your girlfriend. Okay. And what happened? Tell me about that.
So she called me saying that someone's missing.
Okay.
I thought she was pulling a leg because she's known to do that.
Okay. Why would she
Is what?
mess around with her daughter missing though?
Okay, so she called him at 7:30 when he was at the park with his girlfriend in Bristol,
Mhm.
saying, "Hey, Summer's missing."
And
Number
he-
one, it's really weird that she's calling Hunter.
Right?
The other thing I just realized,
That is weird.
you guys, is if he got dropped off around 3-ish, I think.
Mhm.
3:15 was the picture. 3:15, 3:30 was the picture.
About
Along.
3.
So if you think about it, that gives some insight into how much he could have drank. If he had one twisted tea, he would definitely be okay with going to the park
Yeah.
4, 5, 6-ish, 6:30. I don't know when they
Mhm.
went, but let's say it's 3 or 4 hours.
Right.
2 twisted teas, Probably because it takes 2 hours, I think, for each drink to process.
But two twisted. I mean, what? It's like 5%.
So 3,
5%
3:30,
liquor.
4:30,
I mean,
5:30, 6:30. So he had three hours. If he was plastered, he would not be at the park with his girlfriend
no,
in 3 hours.
I don't think he drank enough to be
Yeah.
plastered.
So that tells me, you guys, that if he was at the park with his girlfriend at 7:30, he wasn't plastered when he got home. He
No.
wasn't completely, what faced. He might have been a little buzzed, but that kind of throws the theory out the window that he was completely smashed.
I highly doubt he was
In my-
smashed.
in my
I don't
opinion.
know. I could be wrong.
But anyway, so
But
Candace calls him at 7:30 saying Summer's missing.
why call him?
I do not understand why she called Hunter, of all people.
Huh.
That is strange.
What struck you about that?
I mean, it's just we explain how she does when she gets.
Oh,
Okay,
she
so
wants
this
his
is-
mom to.
That's called transfer.
Yeah.
Okay. What he did there was he presented this, I believe to be the truth, that Candace calls him 7:00 that night, and look at the grandmother look at Allie in this particular picture.
Yeah, that's the first time she looked at her.
Yeah.
Right?
And
Yep.
in this situation, he says, he calls me, and then he says to her, to his mom, Allie, will you tell him?
Like she'd
That's
know.
because he's extremely uncomfortable.
That's weird.
Right? She wasn't even there. He was
That's
with his
because
girlfriend.
his age is, maybe his HD, maybe he's ADHD, which I think he is because of that popper thing. It never stopped. Okay. And this is his safety mechanism to transfer an uncomfortable situation, i.e. jeopardy.
Right.
That is a classic move from somebody in The Secret Life.
That is fascinating.
That there's something more there. And the only way you can get there is you have to kind of stay in that lane for a moment. Okay. And look how I'm looking at him and Grandis is looking at Allie.
Did she call her Grandis?
So the
Yes,
dynamics
oh, Grandis.
of this table, this is a critical point for all of us to listen to the response.
Oh, okay, Brenda.
Okay. All of this is going to be very important to what he's going to say.
Is drunk. She tends to, when she gets drunk and high at the same time.
Yep.
She tends to think that she loses the kids, but they're out front in the yard. That's what I was thinking.
Got it. So this is something that's happened in the past. And-
No, she hasn't went missing. It's just that she got high and drunk and forgot that Summer was outside.
Got it. Straight up. What did she tell you?
She was like, Summer's missing. So I was just like, okay, bro, why don't you just go look outside? She says, what happened? She ain't there. I said, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still pulling a leg. Because if I tell her to call Allie, she'll call me back. And then I'll call Mom and be like, did she tell you this? Or was she just messing around?
He's right.
Got it.
though. Why would he?
Okay, so Karen, what's your
Why would she call him, thinking he'd know what to do? It sounds
You
from
think,
his response. It sounds like she was like asking him what to do.
Yeah, I know.
So he's like, call this, call that.
Yeah.
Like, why would she?
Well, at around 7:30, so you guys, if you ever recall, she also tried to call Robin around the same time.
Mm.
She was calling everybody. So apparently she called Hunter, she called Robin. She couldn't get in touch with Robin, so she called David Dotson. David Dotson got in touch with Robin. So she's calling all of these people who you would think, why is she calling these people?
Right.
The other thing too, you guys, now that we're like a year after we watched this when we first started getting into the case, now that we've interviewed a friend of Candace's who lived on the property off and on with her family member who was living on the property before Summer went missing,
Right.
we got information from that woman's, I can't give her a
Grandmother?
relation. Can't give her a relation,
Sorry.
but she
Person.
told us that Candace lied about Summer not running off because apparently that was a game Summer played. she did that to her family member. She would run off all the time. So
Hmm.
I think that's possibly why Hunter here is saying, yeah, whatever. Because
Okay.
I don't think it's the first
Because
time.
it's like not abnormal.
No, it was not abnormal for Summer to do that.
Okay.
She did that to people. She thought
But
it
why
was funny.
does Candace say it was? Like she'd never
For
do
some
that.
reason, she
She'd
did-
never do that.
Right. In the interview with Chris, she said, oh, she never ran off. Like
Right.
that.
So why would she say that? If she said she did, that would make her look better, wouldn't it?
There's a reason she doesn't want people to know that Summer did that.
Okay.
I don't know
Good
why.
question.
I can't figure that
I wonder
out.
why.
But there's a reason why Candace does not want people to know that that was a thing Summer did.
Interesting.
I don't get it. But I have a feeling that's why Hunter here is reacting that way, because to him it wasn't
Yeah.
a big deal.
Right.
He
that makes sense.
hung out with them enough to know that this is something that happened. And especially when Candace got drunk, she thought that she lost her kid. And it happened before.
Okay.
So
Well, maybe she shouldn't get drunk
yeah.
when she's watching her kids.
Yeah.
Read on what we just heard there for a second. I want to go back over it again because this is a critical linchpin to where I think this thing can go.
Yeah, and I was looking at Grandbon, which is Allie's grandmother. That's not Hunter's grandmother. Hunter's grandmother is a woman named Sherry. Sherry
Right.
is Allie. Okay, Allie's, I just want to, for people in chat who don't know, Allie is the woman in pink. Her mother's name is Sherry. She's not here at all at this table. Sherry's mom is Grandbun. So this is Hunter's great grandmother. And I was picking up on the looks that Grandbun was sending to Allie
Yeah.
as Hunter was speaking, as Chris was asking him the questions
That's true.
about Candace. You know, Candace calls him at 7:30 at night. He's with his girlfriend. They're at a park. Okay. But yet,
All right, I've got to respond to Knitting Artisan. That's a good point. That's why
Yeah.
she would not want people to know.
Oh yeah.
Because that's a sign of neglect. If your kid's always running
True,
off, or you're
true.
always losing your kid. And there was DCS visit the day before. So obviously,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
It's
sense.
a really good point. Thank you.
Allie knows what was said on the phone between Candace and Hunter. And
A wire. She just disconnected our wire.
What?
Sorry, you guys.
Which
The
one?
gray wire in the back. You see it? It goes in the back. Plug it back in and try to get Moon out, because Moon is unplugging our network cable. It gets out really easy. She'll probably do it
go,
again.
go.
There
Did
we
it go back in?
I think it's good.
Come on.
Sorry, you guys. Technical difficulties caused by Moon.
Moon difficulties?
Moon difficulties. Yes, the facial expressions like 17. That's what Jen and I were talking about earlier too, is her body language changes. And Jen was saying, do you think she's trying to control Hunter silently like that? And I got that impression too.
I mean, a mother and a son have a secret language, I think.
Yeah.
you one person one-on-one, it's never optimal as a homicide detective or even as a journalist to do these group interviews, because it's too easy for them to play off each other and you don't get all the truth. So anyway, that's my thought.
Yep. And so we have an access point here
I can't get myself to fast forward. It's too
in this
interesting.
I
conversation.
know, but this is long.
And
right?
basically what's happening is it's causing him stress.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll fast
Okay. And stress has to go, and it's coming out through call, and he starts giving her directions. Okay. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why is Candace calling him
Yes.
Exactly. That's what we were
to
saying.
say, hey, Summer's missing. What should I do? And how does he qualify it?
I agree.
Well,
Sue.
she's stoned a lot and she drinks a lot and she's out of her mind a lot. And the kids, basically what he's doing is he projects this image of the entire family being disheveled and completely disorganized and chaos, and that she loses sight of her kids often.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
And so he's given her direction. Well, call Allie, i.e. call my mom sitting next to me, ask her. Okay. That doesn't, do you guys see why that doesn't make
Why does
sense
she
for a
expect- What does
15-year-old
she expect him to say?
to tell a 30-year-old something woman whose child is missing?
Well,
'Cause
I also took it that Hunter was trying to decipher on this call with Candace. Is Candace high and drunk, and does she just lose the kids? Are they around
Exactly.
the, and the other side of the house,
Missing, Summer's missing. So
or is this legit?
I agree.
Hmm.
But he was surprised by the fact that she's asking him what to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, yeah.
And so he's pushing that back, right?
I will say, Knitting Artisan, again, based on the interview we did with the person who spent some time there before Summer went missing, she told us Candace often gave a lot of alcohol to underage kids who were visiting the property, and
Right.
teenagers were always on the property.
Wasn't there some sort of text message interaction with him and Candace?
Yeah.
It was like not okay.
I heard that too. Yeah. So a lot of people feel that because of that history of giving alcohol, there were rumors of things like you're saying inappropriate. But I did ask that girl when I interviewed her, did you witness anything inappropriate with teenagers between either Candace or Dawn and
Mhm.
the kids that were at the house? She said no. She said she didn't. Inappropriate as far as an adult hanging out with teenagers. It
Mhm.
seemed weird, but she didn't witness anything beyond that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that's not true. I don't think there's any proof of it anywhere, but
No.
people have speculated that that's the case. Yes.
Summer's missing. So I was just like, okay, bro, why don't you just go look outside?
See, Summer's missing. Okay, well, why can't you go look outside? Now, that's an interesting principle. Because she's calling from inside the house, maybe?
I haven't
Is she
seen-
calling from inside the house to say, Summer's missing? Well, at what point did she call him? Were the cops there already?
Good question.
Was the investigation already ongoing?
Mhm.
Because we know they weren't inside the house because the law enforcement got there and kept them all outside of the house.
Right.
I know that for a fact. So he's saying, well, go outside. So did they have a conversation that we don't?
I haven't seen those. I haven't seen proof of that. I've heard a lot of rumors, but
Yeah, I heard that too. I thought we saw something.
I haven't seen any.
don't know more about?
Well, and the time is
She
interesting
says-
too, because he says that Candace calls him at 7:30 p.m.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
right.
way after.
Right?
yep. But is that, and remember, we've also got the 2:00 in the afternoon 911 call where, the dispatcher says, yeah, she said she was going out for a walk.
Was
Or
that at
something.
2 or was that at 7?
No, it was earlier. It was between, I think, 2 and 4. I have to go back and look at my notes.
So weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this would have been a couple of hours after that 911 call was made.
Correct.
This makes no sense.
I know.
I have been. She ain't there. I should, well, call Allie then, because I don't know if she's still pulling a leg. Because if I tell her to call Allie, she'll call me back, and then I'll call Mom and be like, did she tell you this, or was she just messing around?
Got it. So you call your mom
Yeah, I call her on Facebook after she picks up.
and gave her a heads up that
Candace was gonna call.
Candace going to call her and tell her that Summer's missing. Straight up.
Agreed, Robin.
So at that point, does she call you again? Just that night?
Nah, she called me the next day saying that she's sitting in the police station.
This is interesting. This phone call, I caught this the first time. It's fast.
She's sitting in the police station,
Yeah.
and
Now, think about that. Think about the math there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The law enforcement takes her down to the PD, and Candace feels it's important to call him
It doesn't make any
and have a
sense.
Yeah,
conversation
who's
with
a
him.
15-year-old kid at the
Now, we don't know the totality of what that conversation was.
True.
We just have to take it for face value right now that he says the next day she's at the police department and she has the frame of mind to call Hunter.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm thinking
Mm.
Allie looks really uncomfortable right now.
Yes, she
I
does.
think that's really weird.
And
Something's going on there.
What does she say about that?
She says they want to do another polygraph test on me.
Another polygraph?
They want to do another polygraph. That means they've already done one and now they want to do two. So the first one was probably inconclusive
yeah.
Mhm.
and they want to do a second one.
Polygraph test?
Yeah.
How many polygraph tests did they do that you know of?
I just know two.
Two? And how did she do on those polygraphs? Did she tell you?
She did not tell me. She just said she had to do that, and I just ignored her the rest of the time.
Okay.
Okay, you see, he doesn't want to give me that answer.
Yep.
I just ignored her the rest of the time.
Mhm.
So that's information that's not solicited. It's filler, it's gap.
Mhm.
Okay.
He's a smart
And-
guy. I'd say.
This is going to be significant because at some point Candace comes over to the house now.
Yes, and that is fascinating. Birdies, it was another the police station one, I believe, was another day because they took her to the police station to do the polygraph. I think once, and then she had to go back because the first one was inconclusive.
Right.
This is the part I was thinking of. This next part is where what Candace said to Hunter. I'll never forget.
Now, mind you, he calls him from the police department and says they want to give me another polygraph. Why are you telling a 15-year-old this?
Yeah. Exactly.
What's going on with this piece of the puzzle? Okay. And, you know, Hunter's the kind of kid that is thinking about Summer. And of course, they have a family relationship with Don and Candace. But, you know, Andrew doesn't live there. He's in a different state. You know, he's not going to throw his son under the bus.
Yeah, I agree, Bailey.
That no father would. So you got to give him credit. And then we get, you know, Allie sitting there going, okay, well, how far does this go? And what's the exposure level of Hunter? You know, and this is where I go back to Hunter now, who's 19 years old. You hold the keys and you can help. You can help your dad, you can help your family, and more importantly, you can help Hunter. Or excuse me, you can help Summer.
Yep.
Why is he mentioning?
And by the way,
that?
there's a reward. You can get that too
True.
if you have information that would lead to the arrest and conviction of the individual that hurt her. If that's the case,
TBI, don't contact her.
Well, it's some funny crap how they tell me, I'm not dissing him or nothing. I'm just saying how they tell me that I'm going to get my phone that Monday afternoon, and it's been almost 2 months straight now.
Okay.
It's been a month.
15-year-old.
Okay.
It's
now what's interesting there is he also sees levels of authority. Because when I said the police told you that, i.e. the sheriff's department, he goes, no, the TBI.
Yeah.
So in his mind, that's like a bigger deal for them to say, don't contact Candace.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Because in his mind, the TBI is much bigger to the sheriff's department
Mm-hmm.
in Hunter's mind. Because it was the agent from TBI, according to him, who said, don't contact her at all. Don't contact her. Now, we don't know if they put a trap on
Yeah.
her phone.
Hmm.
And we don't know if there's any conversations about that. That could very well be reality. They just didn't get any incriminating information or evidence.
Well, they're just trying to line up your story.
I understand that.
And
It's
that's
just that-
important, right? I mean, you know that
Yeah, it's just that
for Summer.
I gave them all the proof that would line up the story.
I totally agree. Okay. But at the same time, the investigation's fluid.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
facts.
So I know where your heart is for Summer. And so as a result of that, you know, they're going to hold on to that phone and they're going to connect all those dots.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing to do, right? Would you agree with that? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that said now,
Now, the interesting thing here is Allie's nodding her head,
It's funny,
and Allie's gone.
everything I've noticed.
He's deceased now.
Yep.
Wait, what?
So I know a lot of people,
I didn't know that.
you know, believe that, you know, she was holding back, and yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
I don't know, Robin.
right? And the whole reason we're having this conversation tonight is because we still believe, and I believed back then, and you just heard me say it. This was 4 years ago.
Wait, hold
You
on,
heard-
hold on. Are you serious, Lake 17? Like her car was seen driving by during
Wait,
this
what?
interview? She said Candace is seen driving past the house during the interview.
What?
I didn't know that.
I don't think Chris knew that. He would
Heard me
have.
say
He would have pointed that. out.
you'd want to do this for Summer. And that 15 versus 19 is a whole different
Yeah.
game now.
Oh, that's crazy.
Because now, Hunter, you can make your own decisions, and I will treat you with the same respect if you would talk to me about it.
He's asking again.
He really
And
wants to talk to Hunter. It makes me curious.
That's a guarantee, and you know that.
He
'Cause
really, yeah.
You were respectful to me, and I was respectful to you, and just being, you know, hey, I'm going to lie to you,
Man.
because at some point, if they realize they're going to keep lying, okay, then we're as powerful.
she contacts you again, says she's at the police station, has to take another polygraph.
And then she shows up the next day.
The next day she
Now, you see how significant that was?
He even
Oh.
points for emphasis.
Right.
Mhm.
She
Yeah.
even showed up the next day. Now, to set it, I believe June 15th was a Tuesday. Candace calls him at 7:30. The next day, Wednesday, she's in the police department, and that's when she calls him again. And so this would be Thursday, 2 days after,
Why does she keep
when
calling
she
it
shows up.
Oh boy.
She even comes by.
Yeah, within 2 days, and Summer is still missing at this
Within
point.
2 days of Summer going missing.
Now, think about the totality of that.
Yeah.
Your daughter is missing from your alleged abduction or property or whatever, and you call the 15-year-old boy,
Exactly.
and then you tell him, hey, they're giving me polygraphs. I have to take a second one. And then the next day, she shows up at your house
That's just crazy. It is crazy.
instead
yeah.
of
Why-
waiting at the house
Why so much attention to a
or working with the
15-year-old boy
authorities
from her?
and saying, okay, here's what's going on with my daughter. I need your help.
Yeah.
Most families, most parents will marry the police department
Yes.
because they know you're the only one that can hope,
Right.
that brings them hope,
I'm going to jump ahead to the.
Okay.
information that's coming into this.
This is going to last
And
forever.
so at this point, he thinks it's important to say that Candace came over
The 2
to the
days later.
house.
shows up where?
Here, this is not.
Well, let's see, you were interviewed by TBI on Wednesday. She came here Thursday,
So 2 days after or a day after.
2 days after.
And then what happened when she got here?
She got here. She was like telling me how she talked to them and was like, don't mention about that alcohol, but I don't mention it.
Did she say,
So she allegedly,
Allegedly.
lessens the conversation, not about Summer, but don't mention the alcohol.
what she told them?
No. But she started asking me. I just told them what happened on the timeline.
See, did she say what she told them? She goes, no. She started to ask me.
Yeah.
So basically, Candace wanted to know what he said to the authorities. Let's
Oh,
listen
yeah.
to that
Okay.
again.
Well, that makes sense.
And focused on the alcohol. Like 2 days after her child goes missing, she's going to see him and going, "You didn't tell him about the alcohol, did you?"
And that's where we go into the question of, did she give it to Summer?
Yes. What's the significance of the alcohol? Does it
Right.
have anything
Did
to
she
do
give
with it?
some to Summer? A lot
I-
of people wonder that.
I feel like that's so important. I feel like this is one
Yes.
of the most important things.
Why would
is
she
that-
make such a big deal about it?
Right.
I mean, I know he's 15, but in the scope of everything, I don't think the cops would care if he drank one twisted tea.
They wouldn't care about
No.
a 15-year-old. They would care about a 4-year-old,
Yes,
5-year-old,
who was missing,
because of the impact even just a little alcohol can
right?
have on a
Which
child.
is huge.
That to me, that was even to this day, that was the most important thing that jumped out at me, and it still
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Still is.
What happened when she got here?
She got here. She was like telling me how she talked to them and was like, "Don't mention about that alcohol," but I didn't mention it.
Did she say what she told them?
No, but she started asking me. I just said, I just told them what happened on the timeline.
And what did she say?
She said, "Okay, that better be it." I said, "You didn't even scare me."
Well, why would she try to scare you?
That's what I'm saying. Why was she trying to even ask questions about it?
See, Hunter knows that in his mind, that was weird.
So, Chris, the first thing Hunter said to you when Candace came over on that Thursday, he said she was, quote, telling me how she talked to them. You followed up and said, did Candace tell you what she told the cops?
Right.
Mhm.
And he says, no. That's where I think that he's not telling the truth, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And I, at that point, right. And when we were sitting there and I'm still refocusing him. I keep going back to
good to know,
refocus him so that, he's got a clarity of understanding of what he's saying. Because again, he's 19 now. And
also welcome to the live, Andrew. I believe this is Andrew Hiltz. This is Hunter's father. And I hope,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you saw this, Andrew, but like Chris is dying to talk to Hunter. Like we've seen 3 sections here so far where Chris is begging Hunter to talk to him at this point. And I know he's an adult, so he doesn't need anybody's permission, but I know you also have influence over him. So if there's anything you can do, I would say it would be a good thing. I also said earlier in this live that I don't think Hunter consciously knows anything that he's hiding from anyone. I feel like the details that he does have he may not realize it's important.
Yeah.
But if he talked again and went through every single detail he can possibly remember, it would help law enforcement or anyone see red flags that maybe even Hunter doesn't realize.
Right.
I don't think Hunter did anything wrong. I know people say Hunter knows something. I don't think so, but I think he does know something.
He doesn't realize.
He doesn't realize it. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think he's hiding anything. I think he's unconsciously hiding things.
Yeah, because he was
By
so
not-
young. I mean, now he's older. He
Mhm.
could reflect back on things.
Yep. I think
But I mean,
if he took the time to go through detail by detail, he could help with at least everything he knows. It
Yeah.
could help. He may not even realize what he knows, in my opinion.
say, hopefully he's watching this again and remembering.
He's asking again.
And hopefully he's,
Wow,
Hunter, if
he
you're
really
watching,
wants
I
to
hope you're going to tell the story.
Yeah.
I really do.
What's your gut feeling?
See, I wanted him to reflect on his own personal morality, his own personal, empathy towards Summer.
My gut feeling is that she had something to do with it.
Look how he answered that. Listen to how he answered that. Now, take all the stuff we've heard from YouTube, all the stuff we've heard from social media, even the most recent, the burglar coming in, I know your brother tweet and all this other stuff. All of that stuff. This is a kid that sat next to Summer Wells and listened to his
On
response.
vacation.
Yeah, that better be. Yeah, I said, he didn't even scare me.
Well, why would she try to scare you?
That's what I'm saying. Why was she trying to even ask questions about it?
What's your gut feeling?
My gut feeling is that she had something to do with it. But then when all this happened, she just wanted the money in the end because I'm not going to say names, but one of Red's friends, my girlfriend's mother's friends, was on Beach Creek just riding around, and she seen, as soon as someone posted a $25,000 reward, she seen her car, Candace's car, zooming down the road to the Hawkins County Police Station.
Now, I have no idea what he was trying to go, where he was trying to go there, saying that, you know, there's a reward connected somehow to Summer's missing. Because obviously the parents aren't going to collect that reward. But he thinks it's weird enough and suspicious enough that she would come over and try to scare/pressure him into finding out what he told the cops.
What he told the cops. It's true.
And the night before, when she had called him from the police station, he also reiterated that, hey, I've taken 2 polygraphs. Right. And the first one, I can tell you, I know the result. She didn't pass.
Okay. Wow.
And
I don't know how many people know that. Like that just surprised me. I thought that
That was
the first one was inconclusive. I thought both Dawn and Candace said they passed the second polygraph test. Chris is saying he knows for a fact that they did not pass. Hello? What?
I know, right?
He knows for a fact that
Heck.
she did not pass at least. The second one. Did she take a third? Like, is anyone else not surprised by that comment? I thought she passed the second. They've been telling everyone they both passed with flying colors. Apparently she didn't.
Well, I guess
If Chris has his facts right and evidence to prove it, he says he knows for a fact, and I kind of trust him, but
Janet, he meant messenger.
he meant messenger. He was the messenger. Yeah, so Hunter apparently will not talk without a warrant. He will not talk to anybody.
I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I mean,
attributed it to her stress level and a variety of other things because she was just under the influence and all this other stuff. And then the second one, she said she passed, but I think it's inconclusive.
I think. Wait, what?
mhm.
Okay, so now he says he thinks.
Interesting.
So I don't know how factual that is, that it was inconclusive.
Really, how can he know? Like, why, how would he get that?
Yeah,
information?
now I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I don't know. But anyway. I heard that the sheriff had to come pick her up the second time to take a polygraph. Yeah, I heard that too, but yes, Don told everyone that they passed.
Oh, really? Well, of course
Yes.
he did.
So now I'm really curious, and we'll never know until the case is
know.
closed because you can't FOIA request that thing.
I think Don would. Okay, I'm not gonna say anything.
Man, do you realize how long it's going to take to actually, when this case gets solved, hopefully someday, to actually do a coverage of it with all the FOIA requests?
Oh Lord.
All the FOIA requests, so much information in this case, and to
It's
get all the
gonna
background
be
info, it's going to be
crazy.
crazy. But this is fascinating. This is really interesting. Yeah, no, I get it, Andrew. Chris is a little different. It would be interesting, but it would kick off a whole bunch of other YouTubers doing this, and I get it. He doesn't want the hassle. A lot of people don't want the hassle of YouTube, so
No, I agree.
yeah.
Panda Crew, like, might go against my what we're doing, but I agree. I probably wouldn't want my kid to talk to a YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I know, Ryan. I'm
Well,
sorry.
it depends on,
but
in my opinion, it depends on the YouTuber. There are few and far
but
between.
he
the
probably
ones-
wants to put it behind him
Yeah, he doesn't want
if he
more.
can.
Yeah.
What? I shouldn't have said that.
No, I just wish that
I would, you know,
I just feel like there are details that he probably doesn't even
Yeah, there
realize he
are.
has, but they'll never
the
come out.
authorities are the one that needs to hear
That's-
them,
yeah.
though.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Sorry.
I guess leave it to the authorities, and we'll only find out whenever.
I just want it to be solved. I don't care.
Yeah, he said
If,
he said he knows for a fact the first time. The second time he said I think.
yeah,
So I don't.
it's weird.
And she's selling soggy donuts to the community,
Doggy donut.
okay, with
Foggy.
T-shirts.
Oh,
But Hunter feels there's something scandalous going on here.
So what? What does that mean?
I mean, she could have. She supposedly the next day they gave. It was on Facebook that it was a tip.
Got it.
I was gonna say, if that was my daughter, I would have everything to do with it. I wouldn't be sitting at the house trying to get money, trying to just collect dust. I'm gonna be sitting there doing everything in my power.
What do you think happened?
Now, see, what's interesting there, he may also be talking about folks started funds for them and they were soliciting money on her disappearance. Because like he said, I wouldn't be at my house sitting on Facebook.
Whoa. Oh, Tarnished Pearl, I'm so sorry.
oh.
I'm so sorry. We
Yeah.
hope that you
We'll
watched
be praying for them.
the beginning. I said a prayer for everyone who's missing. I really hope
Hmm.
and pray that it's a terrible situation. I'm so sorry. I'm
It's definitely on our minds.
sorry for your family.
Mhm.
I would be out looking for my daughter.
Well, Chris, also, he's taking you to post incident. He's taking you to the days that start all this snowballing effect, the stuff on social media, the funds that may or may not be raised for the family. He's staying away from that Thursday when she came over. And he also makes it sound like Candace came over and basically was potentially threatening him. He's not scared of her. And he makes the whole thing sound like a very short amount of time. We have no idea what actually was said, how long Candace was there, the exchange between Hunter's mom, Allie, and Candace, if Allie was even there at that time, who knows? So there's so much that he hasn't given up yet.
Yeah, he hasn't said a lot.
And my read of this is I feel like there's kernels of truth in here,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of, I don't want to say cover stories because he really doesn't have to do a cover story. I think this whole thing about the money and it's hearsay, some third person allegedly sees Candace's car speed down the street. I think that was just kind of a cover story of something to tell you because he's staying away from what actually may have happened in that exchange at their house on that Thursday. It's huge. He's always been huge, but he's always been and Hunter. And we first talked to Allie and then Hunter was inside the house and then he came out and we did this interview.
Yeah, and they were very nice.
They were very nice. They were very nice. They invited us up on their porch. They didn't have to at all. And so, you know, we were grateful.
This channel, and that's you hit the subscribe button and hit that thumb
I didn't hear that.
because that helps us keep helping in these kind of situations. If you would do that, we'd be very, very, very grateful.
In the summer.
To be honest with you, her grandma.
So I want to go back, and I said, "So what do you think happened to Summer?" Notice I'm not looking at him. Okay, that's a technique.
Yep.
Okay. And he qualifies it by starting to be honest with you.
Hey, Jacqueline.
So what he's saying there, in some parts of our conversation, he has not been 100% honest. Listen carefully.
Be sitting at the house trying to get money, trying to just collect dust. I'm gonna be sitting there doing everything in my power.
What do you think happened to Summer?
To be honest with you, her grandma was out of her mind.
He puts it on grandma.
Grandma.
Like, you guys, them. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying they have to be in camera.
Understand?
But I'm saying you can ask them that her mother's usually grumpy, controlling, like a regular grandma, like her. Not trying to be mean. But you
Did grandma do something to Summer?
Good
That's
question.
now, mind you, he's had conversations with Candace.
That's true.
He hasn't brought Grandis up yet until this was the very first time
I was wondering
he
about
brings
that
the
personally.
grandmother
Blaming
into the
Grandis.
conversation.
I was
And how
wondering.
does he qualify it? He qualifies it by saying she's out of her mind. And within a couple of days, she disappears. Grandis is out of the circle.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's true.
Don writes in his letter, I was out of my mind. Now, that's an interesting thought process in of itself.
Hmm.
But for Summer, and in Hunter's mind, he is equating that Summer is in danger because of the crazy grandmother.
That is interesting.
And guess who's
I
in
was
the
wondering
car
about that.
at the water hole?
Yep.
The crazy grandmother,
Was.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
according to him.
Yep.
I know,
Who's
Robin.
missing? Her daughter. No trace
Robin.
at all. Gone. MIA.
It's true.
So is he onto something here? I don't know. I just thought that was a fascinating response
Hmm.
for a spontaneous response. It was almost instantaneous because he qualified it with, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Karen, what are your thoughts listening to that?
Yeah, it's he dropped a bombshell.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's a bombshell.
Yeah. And it's gone over. Everybody's not focused on grandma at all
Right.
That's true.
in any
I
way,
was-
shape, or form.
Ask you
And
about
to your
that
point,
at one point.
she's gone from Tennessee. Is that correct?
Right. She left.
Why would they let her leave
Yep.
so fast?
Well, I mean, almost instantaneously. So I pour the dew. I look over and I don't focus on him, and I look at his mom and I say, so what do you think happened to?
I'm gonna be sitting there doing everything in my power.
What do you think happened to Summer?
To be honest with you, her grandma was out of her mind. Like, you guys, them. I'm not saying you have to. I'm not saying they have to be in camera.
Understand?
But I'm saying you can ask them that her mother's usually grumpy, controlling, like a regular grandma, like her. I'm not trying to be mean. But you know how grandmas can be, like grumpy, controlling, trying to run everything.
What do you think should happen to the person that did this to Summer?
Person that did this,
Yeah.
they should be locked up for a very long time.
Now you see,
Andrew, we don't usually do open panel, but this one is interesting because he is begging for your son to talk to him. So
True.
we only have about 20 minutes. You mind hanging out for a little bit? We'll get through this and then maybe we can talk. If you don't mind waiting a little bit.
That might just be you.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
that's an
Sadie.
honest answer. Folks who have guilty knowledge will try to mitigate their risk. If they, should just arrest him, and you get all kinds of crazy answers. But in this situation, he's coming off of, I'm going to be honest with you, that grandmother's crazy. And any, i.e. Candace's mom. And so that's why the qualification of what do you,
Summer.
Person that did this,
Yeah.
they should be locked up for a very long time.
Why do you say that?
Because I was like, that's like my little sister. And I say that because she's just not the type of girl
you see, and he's talking in past tense because that was my little sister. They should be locked up, plural. for a very long time. He knows something.
Go from the swing that's up there.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think is important that you would want to tell, to get your side of the story out here?
I mean, I would say this, but I don't care if the camera's on or not.
No,
I mean,
the camera's on.
Now, you see, he picked up on me looking at Karen. Watch my eyes. And this is how, don't underestimate Hunter. Watch him.
can be like grumpy, controlling, trying to run everything.
What do you think should happen to the person that did this to Summer?
Person that did this,
Yeah.
they should be locked up for a very long time.
They should be locked up for a very long time.
I already
Not
talked
he,
about this.
not she,
Did you go back?
they. So Hunter is thinking there's more than one involved in this problem. Okay. And then he picks up on me looking at Karen for a second. And then he responds, I don't care if this camera's on. I didn't ask him anything about the camera. He was reading my body language
Why do you say that?
Because I was like,
right there. Did you see me look at Karen? Watch.
Why do you say that?
because I was like, that's like my little sister. And I say that because she's just not the type of girl to go from the swing that's up there.
Is there anything that I haven't asked you that you think is important that you would want to tell, to get your side of the story out here?
I mean, I would say this, but
Did you see me look at you there?
I did. Shifty
Okay.
eyes for a second.
Yeah, just for a second. And he picks up on it. And watch, he qualifies it with the camera.
Want to tell, to get your side of the story out here?
I mean, I would say this, but I don't care if the camera's on or not.
No.
Right there.
Mhm.
I didn't ask about the camera. I looked at you and he picked up on that. And then he qualifies it with, well, I don't care if the camera's on, i.e., I'm going to say what I'm going to say, okay, whether you believe it or not. That's basically the messaging.
No, the camera's on.
I don't really care, to be honest, with the camera. But that the second day she came, she went to the car either to grab something or something, but I grabbed her phone because I wanted to see if she had anything to hide.
Now, you see, this is on the second day, this is the story where he said he went to the phone and he went and he looked through it. Okay. I think he's selling soggy bread here because I think it's a part of the story where he did it previous to that, and there's street smarts going on here. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing that doesn't add up. If TBI took Hunter's phone and kept it for a month, why would they take Candace's phone and keep it for 24 hours and give it right back to her if it was to line up with what Hunter was saying?
Right. But there is something, this interview with H was the most organic. He was holding back. I still believe Summer made it back home alive after the water hole. Okay,
Never
I mean,
made it
that's
back
great.
home alive.
Yeah. We appreciate that comment for sure. And thank you for the super chat.
There potentially wouldn't be day of the crime correspondence on there.
Or is that the
Or
real
data.
phone? Remember up on the mountain, she said she couldn't get cell service. So she threw the phone, indicating that it went into the truck.
And she told you she had two different phones on two different, like AT&T and then a different one. And I thought that was AT&T and then maybe a burner phone.
Yeah. No, and say, hey, there was a burglar at our house and he took Summer and vanish with her.
Mm.
How much is a bridge in Brooklyn? How much is that one? Is it for sale?
Like you said, I'm street smart. I'm very observant.
Yes, you are.
Like, I would notice anything. Like, you wouldn't even have to tell me. I still notice the mic on you.
Right. No, I respect that.
It's just how I am. It's just, if you're going to leave something on the table, and I know that you probably got something to hide because of the way you're acting.
Yep.
And
See,
Wow.
he thinks she's
That's
trying to hide something and he qualifies that to us.
Yeah.
What he really wants to say is, look, let me tell you what really happened.
Mm.
But what he's doing is and look at mom, look at him in this particular one. because he mentioned the
He
word
looks
hide.
frustrated, right?
Mhm.
I- you know,
Right.
so
Touching her
And look
head.
at the reaction Allie has. Hand into the hair.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a behavior body language expert by any means, but there's an uncomfortableness going on with her. The
That's
looks
what I
that she's shooting him, her physical moving around, you
Look
can
at her.
tell
She's
Yep.
like glaring
There's
at him.
Yep. And his
some
her hand
agitation
and her
going on
hair,
there.
frustrated.
be careful what you say.
And the way you call me, of course, I'm gonna look through your phone.
Sure.
So she goes through her car, goes on the other side. I act like I'm grabbing my phone because they're just about the same.
Right. So you play it like,
So I
Is she-
put mine where hers was.
got it.
And so I grabbed her phone. And see, I'm good with tech. I know where everything you can hide is. And so I went through her Google Photos, if that's what you want to call it.
Okay.
The gallery part.
Okay.
And so
Now it's interesting. He offers the photos is the first place that he went. Why?
Yeah.
It's true.
What's going on with that?
So where you can delete things, they don't just delete, they go to your trash. I don't know if people know that or not, but they go to your trash.
Okay.
I know that because I mess around with tech every day.
Right. You need to go into IT, bro. Right there. Go ahead.
And so when I looked in there, I seen 13 messages between her and her drug. I'm gonna say drug dealer because he is. I mean, I don't
That's Andy.
know if I'm allowed to name his name, but yeah, all I seen was the first message before she started walking up to the mailbox to get up here is that it was done, and I was gonna read the next message of what she said.
It was done.
Thought he
This was always the Mr. Meat, right? What was done?
I said was Dawn.
Was there a prearrangement? And this is where all the theories come up about prearrangement, sale. You know, did she owe him money? And was it going to be, you know, a transfer? All these thought processes came
It is done.
when he mentioned something like this.
And she just started running up here, and I literally just slid my phone in my pocket and just put hers there. It's like she asked me if I went through her phone. I said no. Why? Because
So she leaves her phone on the table. He picks it up, throws his down as if it was hers, goes through his or her phone. She went down to the car. She's coming back and is confronting him now. Did you look at my phone?
cleared it all out before she can get up here.
Did you tell TBI all this?
Yeah, I told him.
Okay.
So TBI knows everything about this.
Second time.
And they told you to keep it quiet on this piece?
They didn't tell me to really keep anything quiet.
Okay.
It's just that I'm not allowed to go on like
Allie.
lives without her, like international television.
Right. Okay. Yeah, don't lie,
it's
don't
not
lie.
It's not
No,
my permission.
Yeah, no,
It's
straight up.
theirs.
You don't want that, Hunter, right? Because
Sure.
then everybody's going to put, they're going to put a lot on you. You know what I mean? You don't want that. So what was your gut feeling
He
when
does
you
know.
read that it's done?
There.
My gut feeling was that either they had something to do with it,
Who's
or
they?
her,
Okay.
or it was all of them together, like
Her and Andy.
every single one of them in a family.
Where do you think Don was at work that day?
From what I've heard from the TBI, he was not at work.
No, I'm not talking about.
You just heard what he said. From what I heard from the
On the
TBI,
TBI.
he was not at work. That's a quote. And look at the mother.
Look at her.
When he was getting ready to answer that question, she
Sending
looks
over her
up
phone.
and she took this to her grave.
Who's they?
Her,
Okay.
or it was all of them together, like every single one of them in a family.
Where do you think Don was at work that day?
From what I've heard from the TBI,
The
Did you see
TBI.
my response? I looked over at her like, wait a minute. What are you doing?
Right?
Right.
vision.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Don't lie.
it's
Don't
not
lie.
mine. It's not
No,
my permission.
Yeah, no,
it's
straight up.
theirs.
You don't want that, Hunter, right? Because
Sure.
then everybody's going to put, they're going to put a lot on you. You know what I mean? You don't want that.
Why is she looking at her phone at this
So
moment?
what was your gut feeling when you read that it's done?
my gut feeling was that either they had something to do with it.
Who's
or
they?
Her,
Okay.
or it was all of them together, like every single one of them in a family.
Where do you think Don was at work that day?
From what I've heard from the TBI, he was not at work.
No, I'm not talking about from TBI.
I agree, Have Mercy. TBI doesn't share case information with people they're talking to.
I
But
don't think so.
why would he lie? I don't know why he would lie about that.
It's a weird statement.
Yeah.
What you know.
But what I know is that I thought he was at work because I used to work with him. I ain't gonna lie, I used to work with him on houses.
Okay, and what did TBI tell you then at that point?
Well, I was like, I asked him if he was at work.
And what they say?
They said that the people, they did not clarify that.
Okay, so they didn't verify it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They didn't verify.
So that's the Mr. Meat.
it doesn't mean he wasn't. They just didn't verify it,
Okay.
right? Potentially.
No, they called up and asked us if he was.
Why would they want to hurt Summer?
Why is Allie?
I have no
acting
idea.
like that?
Okay.
All of a
I
sudden,
mean, I really don't, because Summer doesn't really do nothing but just like mess around like I do. I like to mess around with people.
Okay.
You see, that's also spontaneous because he didn't know that question was coming. And he answered it almost immediately. That's a truthful answer. That's a truthful response. I have no idea. You know, why do you think they want to hurt Summer? I have no idea. I mean, it wasn't, you know, it wasn't pause. There wasn't, I need to look over. Mom's, you know, glued to the phone. Could she have been, you know, texting Candace? Always
Probably.
possible. But she's not texting Candace to say, hey, by the way, you know, Hunter's over here talking to Chris right now. Okay. So, you know, that's always a possibility, but she's half engaged. She is engaged. She's listening. She's not listening. I'm more, again, focused 100% on what Hunter has to say. And I'm going to back up and then we're at the end of this.
Well, I was like, I asked him if he was at work.
And what they say?
They said that the people, they did not clarify that.
He's repeating.
Okay. So they didn't verify it.
Yeah.
Okay. So it doesn't mean he wasn't. They just didn't verify it.
Now I planted that seed on purpose to kind of build a middle ground.
Right. Potentially.
No, they called up and asked us if
Good
And he
point, Have
corrected
Mercy.
me. No, they called up.
She could have been recording.
He told me, no, they called up.
Why would they want to hurt Summer?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I mean, I really don't, because Summer doesn't really do nothing but just like mess around like I do. I like to mess around with people.
Okay. Any other things you can think of?
Oh, really?
Have I treated it with respect?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not an old man.
That's
Well,
it.
that was interesting.
Yeah. Wasn't that fascinating?
You know, and I'm not saying this is true for this situation or whatever, but I've watched so many interviews in true crime cases. And whenever someone would say, to be honest, is when they were about to lie.
I think really?
And every single time. And I'm not saying he was lying. I'm just saying, like, I've seen that happen. But he was a kid. I don't know if I mean, like,
to me, there was a few things that were new in this, but most of it was the same thing. Why did TBI tell him the Dawn thing? The TBI, I'm
I
surprised at
don't
that.
think
The alcohol thing has always bothered me. That was the first thing she said when she went over 2 days later is you didn't tell them about the alcohol. That's always been the biggest thing.
we've heard that one.
Andrew, you're welcome to come up and we can chat a little bit, give your thoughts on this or anything you want to talk about. I still would love to see Hunter talk to Chris, but I know based on your comments in the chat, you don't trust Chris one bit, so it's probably not going to happen. You're not going to encourage it anyway. I get that.
Yeah. We'd be happy to talk to him.
Yeah, but it sounds like he won't talk to
But
any YouTuber.
I
so.
don't. I understand. I totally understand.
Yeah.
Totally understand.
Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
I'm up. There you go. Best I got.
So I guess you probably had something you want to say coming up. I have questions for you too, but I want to hear kind of your thoughts on all this.
The thing about it is the McDonough interview that I later on found out after Allie's passing. Well, each interview Hunter did, I had found out after Allie's passing that he was forced into doing.
Oh.
So
He didn't want to talk to anybody. He didn't want to do any interviews with YouTube. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
really?
His exact words are the same thing he's been telling me for the last like 6 months is I don't want to be a part of it. I told the LE, the TBI, everything I knew. I don't want anything to do with the YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he barely even comes into my chat anymore.
Who forced him to do this interview with Chris?
The great grandmother and Allie.
Interesting.
Those two right there on the porch that was sitting with him, they forced him to do it.
Okay.
Do you know why they wanted him to talk to Chris?
Because Grandis probably saw money, and she likes to control the narrative.
Okay.
See, I've known her since before Hunter was born. That if it ain't going her way, you are literally dirt.
Grandis?
Oh, she's controlled. No, the grand
I
grand
thought
bun.
you said
Grand
Grandis.
bun, as they
Yeah,
call
they call
her.
her grand bun.
That's
Okay.
great grand bun.
So,
Okay.
so she's the one that's kind of she controls.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ellie will do whatever great grandma says, while her grandma says, and Hunter will be forced into doing whatever mommy says.
Okay.
That's the way it's been like his whole life with them.
So he really didn't want to do
Okay.
it. He really didn't want to do it. He was
No.
sitting there just doing it because they wanted
Well, I
him
don't
to.
blame him. He wants to talk
And
to
they
you.
gave
How'd
him
you
a
do that?
narrative to go by, and he went. And every time you'd see great grandbun or Allie give him a dirty look, it's because he went off their script.
Okay.
So they had. Why do you think they had a certain script and narrative they wanted to put out about this Summerwell's case?
Money. It's all it comes down to.
Who cares about the script though? That's not going to increase the amount of money they make off the case, right?
No, they just wanted him to be out there with some type of story so they can get other people to come and pay them to talk to him.
Notoriety. They
Okay.
wanted him to have notoriety, so
That
that
makes sense.
paid
Yep.
interviews,
And
interviews.
just so everybody's clear, I am not the one that put Hunter's name out there first. It was his mother.
Yeah. It
I was
seems that
actually
way.
against it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Surprisingly,
Did-
I was against it.
Somebody in the chat was asking us. I've never talked to you one-on-one. I've watched some of your videos. We've never really talked. Somebody asked a question in chat that I've always wondered, and I've always meant to want to kind of get in touch with you and ask.
Mhm.
Because Allie's gone now, unfortunately, and she can't talk about anything she had heard. Had you and her ever had conversations about anything she knew about this or things she heard from Hunter?
The only time when it come down to anything about the Summer Wells case is when she called me and told me she was going up on somebody's panel and wanted me to go with her.
Allie was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you will see there was quite a few lives she did over on PG where I'm there.
Okay.
Because she'd get a hold of me like, hey, I'm going over here, and I'm like, all right, I'll be over there. But she would try to spin it a certain way, but I'd always keep her in line. Like, listen, this isn't about you or anything. This is about the kid, and not expose and not, trying to get people to continuously put a target on Hunter's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To answer the question, to answer the question in the chat, yes, Allie passed. Gosh, what was it? A couple years ago, Andrew?
Yeah, it was a couple years ago, and that turned into a crap show because I thought I was doing right, and it didn't turn out I was at the end.
I know that exploded on YouTube. I remember everyone covering that too, and a lot of people feel like she knew, but it sounds like you feel like she didn't have any inside information or any additional information.
In my personal opinion, I don't think she really knew much of anything other than the fact that he had to go talk to the LE and TBI. And last time I knew, if it's still an open investigation, the people they have already spoken to wasn't allowed to speak to anybody about it.
Right.
So that at least that's how laws work up this way. I'm not sure about Tennessee.
Pretty sure it's the
Yeah,
same.
it's
I mean,
probably
it's
about the
TBI we're talking about. Well, back then it was still in the jurisdiction of Hawkins County, but
Yeah.
still, I mean,
Yeah.
same rules apply. So
But when I first come out on YouTube, I came hot and heavy because my first thought was get people to look at somebody else other than my son.
Yeah, I don't.
So I
blame
did everything and anything I could think of to make them turn around and look at me instead of him, because he was still underage
No.
at the time. He has his whole life up. He has his whole life. He doesn't need this over his head
you. Yeah,
every time he tries to go get a job or live his life.
right. That's honorable.
So
of
I
yours.
became the bad guy, so my son could live, as Allison's over there trying to push him further into the light. So
Yeah.
it was
I hear you, Andrew, because Andy Bernard has a similar situation where he struggled to get a job year after year after year after this because people kept on saying he was guilty and nobody wanted any part of that drama. People don't realize the impact that rumors and innuendos and accusations on YouTube can severely impact someone's life. So I totally get that.
But I
I get-
mean, Hunter
There is-
is just living.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why if you were putting stuff out there, over time as we talk to people and ask about the different names in the case, your name has come up a few times.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, and I do not understand. There's one thing I've never dug into, I never looked into because I never thought there was a whole high possibility. But people keep on mentioning the U-Haul.
It wasn't a U-Haul, it was a Penske truck, and we were trying to move down there in 2020.
In 2020.
And everything fell through literally as we got there. As we got to Kingsport, everything literally just fell right off the map. Like everything that could go wrong did.
Okay.
And we were we were tired and just had enough. And we were like, you know what? We're just going to go back home where we have people and we'll be okay. So we took what little bit of fundage was left and came back home.
Had you had you gotten pulled over at any point while you were headed home?
No, our truck got pulled over we got the call after we got back that our truck with literally our clothes, our household items, things like that got pulled over.
Oh.
On the way back because from what we were told, they were looking into people using moving trucks for moving illegal drugs across state line.
Or trafficking people too.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. It's 2020, COVID-19's in full effect. I mean, a lot of people took advantage of shit at the time. So, yes, Jose was not left behind. Jose chose to stay.
He chose to stay.
He chose to stay.
Okay.
We didn't leave him. We did not leave him. He chose to stay, even after we told him, just get in the car and let's go.
Okay.
So
I figured the story, it was the wildest rumor I heard was that the Penske truck was pulled over and there were people in the back.
no, there was
That's what
nobody.
I heard.
There was nobody in the back.
Okay.
The only thing we had on us was what? A dime bag of pot that was sitting in my nightstand
Oh,
drawer
how dare you.
like 9 months before we left. That we forgot was even there.
The truth is often way less interesting than the rumors. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
So somebody
Truth
wants
is
to know.
actually pretty fucking boring.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know why and who was the PI Allie had hired from North Carolina. Was he the yellow Monte Carlo driver?
Allie never hired a PI.
Okay.
No. I can verify that because, like I said, my son and I, we talk. I mean, when we were about playing video games, we would talk like we were sitting next to each other.
So you guys are good. I mean, you guys are like friends. You're not just father son. You guys are friends.
Yeah, I was robbed of 5 years of my son's life, but instead of turning around, putting his mother in prison for X amount of time, I decided to let him stay where he was already established, and I'd take Tennessee summer vacations and have him come up to me. Which, of course, I thought that was a reasonable alternative than just taking his mother away from him.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Hunter and I would play video games, talk on the phone, any which way we could. And we grew to have a father-son / best friend kind of relationship.
you tried to stay connected with your son even from a distance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somebody's asking. Sorry,
wasn't-
I want to get back to this because your relationship with Hunter is important to me. I have some questions for you, but somebody's asking, did you rent a storage unit for a night when you came down?
No, we got in. We found out, we were told when we first got into Tennessee, we got an email from the agency my friend was using to get the house that they needed 3 more days. So
Okay.
we went to a storage unit that morning, put all of our household goods and clothes and stuff like that in there.
Okay.
And then we were looking for hotels. But at the time, NASCAR was in Bristol. So it would cost more for it. They basically tripled up how much a room would cost.
Ah.
And so we spent most of the morning and the beginning of the afternoon to try to find somewhere to go. We called Allie. Candace drove her over to try to help us figure it out. And it just came down to it where we were just tired. We felt defeated, and we were like, no, we're going home.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, the rumors just got out of control. That whole situation spawned off all kinds of crazy rumors, Andrew.
course.
Like it's
Oh yeah, I know they always do because like you said, the truth is more boring.
so the biggest thing for me, getting back to, so were you close to Hunter around when that all was happening, or was it a little after the 2021?
In 2018 I finally found him.
Okay.
And there was a custody order put in place. Like I said, it was either that or she goes to jail for parental kidnapping. And literally the final day of court, I looked at my lawyer. I said, we need to come up with something. I can't just hit. The boy deserves, as much as I don't like his mother, the boy deserves to have his mother in his life. So we came up with, she has him during the school time in Tennessee. I'll have him for summers and vacations, which wasn't a bad thing. And I have access to all his records and phone calls and access to everything to get a hold of him anytime he wants to get a hold of me or vice versa. So that's how that went. Wasn't exactly a pretty trip in the beginning. The first year was not good.
Well, typically, boys are not happy when they first probably start a relationship with their father because they haven't had one, right? So you probably had to work through
before I saw him at 12 again, the last I saw him, he was 7.
Wow. That's a big chunk of his life.
Yeah.
Well, that's because Allison's grandmother, aka Grandbun, decided to say, hey, we're leaving. We're not saying nothing.
Yeah. So I guess go ahead.
When I went to go pick him up for my visit time, poof, gone. I'm like, excuse me. And nobody knew where he was. She changed Facebook's whole 9, had me blocked everywhere. I couldn't find him any which way but loose. It took me 5 years.
Man.
5 years and $20,000 in child support debt to do it.
It's a very, very common story in custody.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I stopped paying child support. I said if there's a way for me to find him, it's when she slips up and tries to take me and I get her address. Took 5 years to do it, but I did it. Am I proud for not paying? No, but hey, I got my son back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So 2018, that was before Summer went missing, before this whole thing blew up. You guys finally got close, got reconnected. 2021, then you guys were reconnected, becoming friends.
He was starting a job.
Okay.
That summer. And he was already established with his girlfriend, which of course I didn't care about.
But he did.
And he asked if he could stay down there so he didn't lose his first job. I said, bud, that's perfectly fine. Perfectly legit. I don't care. You want to go to work? I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to get in your way of making your own money.
Yeah.
And then the rest of 2021 happened.
And
then I feel like a jackass for not going down there to get him.
But you guys, I guess where I'm going is, if I've got a son and I'm getting that close to him and you're starting to spend more time, and then this whole this big thing, this is a global case now, Andrew, right? I mean, this is blown up by 2022, 2023. This is getting to be everyone and their mother across the planet knows about the Summer Wells case pretty much, if they're on
Yeah.
YouTube at least. You guys must have talked about the case. You must have been asking him like, dude,
I refuse to talk to him about it.
you wouldn't talk to him about it at all.
I refuse to talk to him about it for the longest time, because the way I looked at it is he told all the right people his side of the story. I'm not going to force him back into that, because I don't know I did not know personally what kind of damage that did to him mentally.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to force him to talk about something he didn't want to talk about.
Right.
If you don't mind sharing, Andrew, did you feel like he really didn't want to talk about it because it was traumatic, what he went through, whatever he saw?
I believe honestly that he didn't want to talk about it because he just wanted to forget that day ever happened. Because I honestly, he told me several times that little girl was like a sister to him.
Yeah.
Right. He said that in the interview.
It's like, okay, I get it. So I let him handle it in his own way.
Yeah.
Which is video games and random talk until he was ready. And then he started to tell me, after I finally got a hold of him 3 days after Summer went missing, he started to tell me what he told the LE and the TBI. And I said, I don't want to know nothing. I said, that's between you and them. And it's still an ongoing case that could get you in trouble.
If he told you anything.
Yeah. He told me very little, that he was there that morning. They went swimming. And then he started to discuss in the detail where they went after, like the stores. And I'm like, I don't want to know nothing. All I know is you were there that morning. She was moving and grooving. That's it. That's nothing more.
You weren't even curious. You had no. Because you didn't want him to get in trouble for telling you.
Yeah, because it was only the investigation just started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and if I know anything about being in and out of jail as many times as I have, you don't talk about the case when it's fresh, because that can get you in trouble.
True.
A lot of people are saying the same accusations they say to a lot of people who start YouTube. So don't take this the wrong way. They're saying you got on to grift. People have said we're grifter too.
No, I got up here. I was part of a Facebook group in the beginning, in the beginning months after she went missing. And then I stopped because I started becoming obsessed with the whole case because my son was involved. Yeah. And it was taking effect on my home life, my relationships with my girls and my wife, and I couldn't have that. Mm-hmm. So I stopped going through it. And then I watched YouTube. Obviously, I was still following the case on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then about a month before I even did my first live, somebody was already tearing me apart, my kids apart, and talking crap on my son. And Allie's already been up on YouTube and talking to people, not defending him at all. And I'm like, what the hell are you doing? So I came out completely in defend my kid mode and not giving a damn how anybody felt about what I said. And that's just the way that went.
It was to defend your son, essentially.
Yeah. I made it so I made myself look so bad at one point that they stopped talking about Hunter and let him be, and they all started talking about me. You
wanted to distract everyone from Hunter.
Yeah, well, in honesty, yeah, because he was still underage and his mom wasn't doing it, and she was right there. She wasn't over there helping him; she was hurting him.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna front. Yeah, the money was good. I ain't gonna lie, the money was good. Was I expecting it? No, but it happens when you go up and you or your children are part of a high-profile case.
How did it affect your family? You said, were you upset all the time? Were you angry all the time?
Oh, I was pissed off 24/7. I'd wake up. Don't get me wrong, I wake up pissed on a daily anyway. But anytime one of my kids would come up to me about something so dumb, I'd start yelling for no reason.
Yeah, YouTube will do that.
And it's like, I can't be doing this.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
It's like I can't be upset with what people are saying about my son and taking it out on my girls and my wife.
Of
Right.
course.
Right.
I mean, I became a problem for my own home, and I could not have that.
Well, it's good
I
that
fought
you
way too hard to
recognize-
get my girls back to become a problem and have to leave again.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Is this case? I mean, so it sounds like Hunter's like, I don't even want to talk about it. He said it in the past.
has
He's not going
spoke-
to talk to anybody. Has it
He has
impacted?
spoke on it a few times on my side, but I have them locked under a very high priced membership because people have turned around and flipped it all around and was using the lives and his words just to point fingers at him.
I remember. I saw the initial ones you did, I think, where you had him talk for a little bit. I remember that was discussed on many channels over and over and over. Like, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I would not hit that live button without if it was about him or anything, unless he said he was okay with it. That's what a lot of people just don't understand. Because I've seen a lot of rumors. Oh, he hit that live button. His son don't even know. No. My son always knew when I hit the live button with him around.
Yeah, I see you just asked a question, and I didn't know either. I didn't know you had other daughters. You have?
Yeah.
We have 8 kids between the two of us.
Yeah, we got 8 kids between the two of us.
Oh wow.
Dude. Holy cow.
God bless you.
Hunter is my oldest. I have another son who's going to be 18 in 5 days. I have a daughter that just turned 17 on the 4th. I have my daughter that lives here who is 12, and then my stepdaughter who is 14. And then I have my youngest child who is, oh my Lord, she's 9 today.
Wow,
Happy
that's-
I
birthday.
texted her earlier. I almost forgot. Again.
Are they all girls?
No, I have 2 boys and the rest are girls. My wife has all girls.
Oh. Well, we have 2 girls.
I mean, I thought 2 girls was tough. Wow, man.
Oh no, these 2 drive me nuts.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll be honest with you, Andrew. Like, I get it, being a father, wanting to protect your son, wanting this case to not impact his life, let him live his life, and he'll deal with law enforcement. Between you and I hope you don't think we're the kind of channel that just tries to grift. We actually are trying to investigate cases and understand things.
Oh, I know.
And I'm always curious, Andrew, and I'm so curiosity. They say curiosity kills the cat. I am so curious.
Said no.
What's that?
Oh, my wife passed by. She asked our cat has this thing about talking, and she asked the cat if he got his portion of catnip, and he told my wife no. Where is he? Oh yeah, he's high as kite.
Oh my gosh. I would have a hard time. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm not a good dad in this way, I guess. I would have a hard time if I knew my son had potentially witnessed something that could help. I would constantly be like, did you tell law enforcement everything? Did you tell TBI anything? Is there anything you forgot? Like I'd be constantly grilling him. Just me.
Well,
and maybe that's not good.
No, I'm not saying you're not a good dad for that, because you don't really know what you're going to do in that situation until you're in that situation.
True.
Yeah.
Like, that was my first thought after getting him to New York. That because by law and court order, that was Tennessee summer, and he was supposed to be illegally in my hands anyway. And then this biker group reached out to help me try to get him.
What was the
And
whole
that
biker group thing?
backfired.
That's been mentioned several times in the chat, and people are saying predators and stuff or something
Yes.
like that.
Baca reached out to me to try to help me retrieve Hunter because it was legally my visitation time.
Okay.
And given how bad everything looked in the beginning, I wanted him away from it, as far away from it as I could humanly get him at the time. And that backfired graciously.
In what way?
As in, it caused a whole shit show. It was bad.
Somebody mentioned a predator. Was there a predator involved or something?
One of them turned out to be about a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago. One of their members turned out to be a predator, even though he was supposed to be against predators.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, well, damn.
That's not good.
So it was bad.
Yeah, I'm that mama bear. He did say they got pulled over. Well, you said the truck got pulled over. So
Yes,
you weren't
the truck
driving.
did get pulled over, not the van with my wife, myself, our children, and our friend.
Was it in Wisconsin?
Huh?
Was it in
No, we
Wisconsin?
were nowhere near Wisconsin.
Yeah, I thought
It's
you were
a
headed
straight
to.
shot. It's a straight shot from New York to Tennessee.
Okay.
Oh,
Nowhere near Wisconsin.
Was that the?
Wisconsin.
Are we talking about the same thing? This was around 2020, right?
No, they're talking about 2020 when we went down there.
Okay. Same.
Well, we
same.
never had
The
to.
truck got pulled over because they were looking for a specific one. It wasn't ours, but they were looking for
Yeah.
a specific Pepsi truck.
Oh.
They were looking for a specific truck.
Yeah, because like I said, they were people were being disgusting and trafficking anything and everything at that time because hey, it's COVID, nobody's gonna pay
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense.
Give it. Right behind you.
Yeah, you done.
Oh, on the floor. Hang on one second, Ryan.
Yep. You're happy.
Shut
I
up.
won't tell anybody.
Oh my God.
You okay?
You're so embarrassing.
No problem, Mama. I'm the mama bear. There's been a lot of rumors. I haven't talked to Andrew, like I said, because of all the rumors are so crazy, and it didn't seem related to
Listen,
some.
I'm not real. Listen, in real life, I'm not really a bad person. Not anymore. But
Not anymore.
I mean, what I do on YouTube, yeah, I get hyped. I get the wow factor, and I like doing drama. A lot of drama sells.
Yeah.
Very true.
And at one point, yes, my channel was dying because I stopped discussing the Wells case on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
So then I moved over to drama, and then everything started picking up again. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to stay in drama. Screw it.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Baca
people
reached
do.
out, I believe, through Facebook, or I believe email or Facebook. I don't remember. But I will have to tell you, when we got back to New York, my kids had to quarantine for 14 days before they could go back to school.
14
Wow.
days.
Yes, because
I remember those. Yeah.
New York had Tennessee under a no-go.
Okay, it's not even just Tennessee. It's because we traveled out of state.
Yeah, because we traveled out of state.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was a whole list New York had about going to certain states being a high COVID zone or whatever.
Yeah. No, a lot of companies did that too, where if you even had a sniffle, like you're 2 weeks quarantine, you had to stay home.
I got COVID paid because I got sick. I had a common cold. I was working at the cheese factory out here. I had a common cold and they sent me home.
Yep. Well, they didn't know at the time. Like it could have been anything.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't gonna front about it. I'm like, well, dude, I only need like 24 hours. I'll be back tomorrow. And they're like, no, you got to stay home for X amount. I'm like, come on.
Well, I appreciate you being willing to talk, Andrew. Like I said, again, it's frustrating because we're always trying to do the right thing, and knowing that Hunter potentially could, not even realizing it, have seen something maybe while they were traveling. The thing is, like, even little things like how long exactly were they sitting outside in the sun with the no air condition, like little things.
Yeah.
Did they go straight home? Like, he may not even realize that it's important, and maybe it is.
Well, like I said, he's already told. Like I said, he's already told his story to the cops.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's not. I don't have to. He's like, I'm not gonna sit here and defend myself to a bunch of people I don't know.
Yeah.
And I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I get that.
Bottom line, you're right. He told TBI law enforcement has everything they need from him. Do we? Yes, we have curiosity through the roof. We all do. Do we have any right to know? No, we don't. So
no. But
I get
I
it.
gotta say though, with the severity of what's been of the case thus far, he has lost 4 jobs due to people
Oh.
just randomly walking up to him calling him a baby killer.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah, dead ass. He'd call me crying every time it would happen, and it would piss me off more.
Oh, poor guy.
Like the boy's
That's-
just trying to live his life, and
Yeah.
he's got my one and only grandchild now, and now he's trying to live life, and he's praying nobody finds out where he works so he can keep providing.
That's not okay.
I mean, I get the curiosity, but I don't get why people go to the point where they actually accuse someone of doing something wrong. There's no proof. There's no
No.
evidence he did anything.
No. Just like there's no proof that Candace and Hunter ever did anything adult together. Trust
Yeah.
me, I went and I called. I went and I called CPS twice on her, not once but twice, and both times it came back with no evidence, unfound, archived, whatever they use to say it's closed.
Well, I will give you that. The YouTube streets, not just YouTube streets, the public streets, man. People are, there are some nasty people out there.
Yes,
Oh
do
yeah,
stuff
there
like
was
that.
one. There was this one guy, Doug. No thanks. I had to strike him quite a few times because he kept staring at a video, rewinding a certain video that was put out that Candace made of Hunter and whatnot, or Ellie made, somebody did, of Hunter just dancing, having a good time. And he kept replaying it and then poking fun at my son's body shape. It's like, dude, that's not how we roll.
Oh, I hate that.
And then he tried to go over to a different platform, and I turned him in over there too.
Good for you.
It's like, no, you're not going to do that on one and think you can get in trouble and think you're going to do it elsewhere.
Yep. Yep. I get it. Well, like I said, I appreciate you being willing to follow up and give your thoughts on the whole Chris McDonough interview and whether it's ever going to happen. Sounds like it's never going to happen. So
Stephanie Crow case.
What's that?
You want more information on who Chris was before he came to YouTube? Look up the Stephanie Crow case.
Yeah, I saw your comment.
Yep, and there's a movie called The Interview. Watch it. That man cost that city millions because he basically forced the brother to admit he did something he didn't, without a guardian and without a lawyer.
Wow. I didn't know.
That's why I am so hellbound on not letting this dude near my kid.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Well, hey, thanks, Andrew. Thanks again for coming up on panel tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well, I wasn't expecting to do a panel talk.
No, that was interesting.
Tonight.
That was interesting.
And I know you guys there's like all these different opinions about Andrew. I've actually for a long time wanted to ask about the truck, the Penske truck, or I thought it was a U-Haul truck. That scenario where they came down. Many people sent me that whole story, and I did want to follow up, and it was interesting.
It was interesting. I had no knowledge of any of this, so
I'm
was
so
all new
torn.
to me.
I'm so torn, you guys, because I'm like, I get it. I get not wanting that attention, especially if the attention is causing such negative.
Would you want the girls to have to do all these weird?
Right. The negative public
You wouldn't.
impact on their lives.
Yeah.
I get it.
No.
Curiosity is not going to be.
I would like if it were our girls, I'd tell them not to do any interviews. That's what I'd say. I don't know if that's what you'd say.
Well,
but
I would
that's what I'd
definitely say make sure you told the police every little freaking detail.
Right, but I'd say don't do any YouTube videos. I'm sorry. I want to do YouTube videos, but I'm just being myself.
It's
That's
hard.
how
I
I
mean,
feel. I don't want anybody to do anything I wouldn't do.
When you're in the public, it's one thing.
Yeah.
When you're in the public and you're involved in a case like that, and people are actually, making accusations against you, I get it. It's not something you want to take a step back and just go off the radar. I get that.
Of course.
But anyway, it was a long live tonight.
Yeah.
2.5 hours.
That was long for me.
Yeah. Appreciate you guys. This was interesting. I hope you guys don't mind this format we sometimes just like to watch a video with you all, discuss it, do a react. It's like a reaction video, I guess.
Interesting.
Because we learn as we watch for the first time, and we learn a lot from you guys, from your comments.
Yeah, that was helpful.
Really good insights tonight. Gave us a lot to think about. And we will we are going. We have a long weekend. We're interviewing the Hope House. Oh gosh, what's it called? There's a thrift place in town here. There's an area we wanted to search in the back. We're going tomorrow. There's like a whole car show. We're going to be interviewing him because he helps take homeless people off the street in a really creative way, really cool way. It also gives us access to that property too, which we'll check out. That's going to be tomorrow.
Thrift store, which Ryan said I could shop at.
And it's a thrift store. Jen's like, can I go shopping? And then Sunday, so today I did a bunch of droning around Kingsport. It was actually a location that you guys probably heard about where Candace was seen at 5:30 at a gas station. Half the people on YouTube have the gas station wrong. I don't know why. Like misinformation went out there about this gas station. We got confirmation of the right one. So I did a bunch of droning for hiding spots, found a few interesting objects, which I didn't tell you about that, did I?
You told me.
Okay. We're heading out Sunday with a friend to go check that out, that weird object near a creek in plain sight. Like it's crazy, but that's this weekend. We have a lot coming up next week with videos and all kinds of stuff. So we'll do some lives too, I think. Yeah, we'll do some lives. So it's always wonderful spending time with you all. Thanks for spending this much time with us tonight. For those of you who hung in the whole time, God bless you. We appreciate you.
Robin, you and I are kindred spirits.
Yep.
As they say.
All right. We, as always, we love you all. We appreciate you all and hope you all have a fantastic night and weekend.
Yep.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.